All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to ESP Presents Into the Old Margreve. Hello. We're back. New Chaos Crew. Let's go. Hi, everybody. I'm Essie, your storyteller for the evening. My pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I use she, her pronouns. Mist is a, fairly cat-like half tabaxi. That's to be dramatic, like cats tend to be. If you have, you know exactly what I mean.
Lots of climbing trees.
Oh, it's not my fault Gilly can't climb.
Oh, no. It's already begun. What's happening? Gilly tries her best.
The lizard climbs better than she does.
All right, speaking of Gilly, Allie, who are you and who are you playing?
I am Gilly Ann. I cannot climb trees, apparently. Yeah, outside of that, me, the player, am Allie. My pronouns are she, they. Gilly Ann's pronouns are she, her. She is the character that I play. She is very social. Has all of 2 brain cells. She means well most of the time, but mostly if it benefits her, you know how it goes. And yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Allie. And Corndogg.
It's me, Corndogg.
It's you.
I'm playing Kaplan. Little dwarf who's just out here doing her best. Saving unicorns one at a time.
Heck yeah. All right. Thank you, Corndogg. And Garnet.
Hey y'all, I am Garnet. I will be playing Nefrit. She is a sorcerer druid who is surprisingly religious and has terrible taste in really hot men.
Yes. that is true. Sorry, coffee. And Heck.
Yeah, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot, and
It's you.
it's me. And tonight I am playing Estelle Havenshade, who is a human, just a human rogue.
Cool. All right. And for DM Inspiration, who wants to give us a recap as to what happened in session 1? Free DM inspo on the table, ready for y'all. And that should include a recap of what we're talking about with Nefrit's taste in problematic old men. Include that in the recap, please.
Well,
because it's hilarious. Yeah, problematic old man, war criminal. Usually these days they're one and the same, right? So like,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but this guy. Oh, that's right. The Roll20 camera's off. Our dragon Sirakarendil, problematic old man, and also a war criminal. Right. But recap for DM Inspo. Who wants it? It's up for grabs.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. Tell us about Sirakarendil.
All right, so Sirakarendil is he won a war doing very bad things.
Yeah.
And basically he used the Valerian version of a nuke and destroyed lots of innocent people in order to stop the war forever. Like, what was it, 100 years ago the war ended?
227.
Yeah, so the war's been over for a while. He's been alive for a very long time. People freak out when they see him because they know who he is and what he's done. Nefrit knows who he is and what he's done and was still like, I don't mind. That was well before I was born. We should forgive him. It's been centuries. But you know, he was hot. Also, there was a lot of talk.
Elven Silver Fox, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Very, very, very attractive man with a lot of power, just so much magic. Also things that Nefrit is attracted to is just lots of strong magic. So yeah, there's also a lizard that took up a lot of time. We now have a bearded dragon in our group. Let's see, we did shopping. We did go shopping and that was great. It was very exciting to go shopping. We found out some stuff, not really anything important about the Margreve, which is disappointing because we're about to go in there with some Dragonborns who were cool enough to let us go with them. But I did find out a lot of information about the spear, the Staff of Verinia, which is great because that's super important to find. To stop the Margreve from eating people because they peed in the wrong spot. What else did we do? Because we split up, but it was shopping, so it was fine. Food was bought, but most of it was in fact for the lizard.
Yeah, from Stefan Brolin, your friendly village greengrocer.
Very
yes,
important.
and
Steve
then there was definitely the creepy old man who tried to warn us away from the Margreve, and we were like, bro, we got a job to do. Several jobs
Many
to do.
jobs.
Yes. We have several jobs to do. And
Don't forget the fact he was carrying around a ghost fish. It is.
oh,
it is
right, the
tough.
creepy ghost fish. The creepy ghost fish. I did not
Yes.
see the creepy ghost fish, but Mist
Mist
did, and it
did.
bothered Mist very much. Who saw the Woodman?
Ooh, the Woodman. Yes.
Yes,
Corndogg's
the
character.
I saw a
Hollow
hot lady.
Man. The Hollow Man was super scary.
The hot lady was not scary. She was great.
Yeah.
There was also
Jonathan.
there was in fact also a hot lady. I did not see that either because I decided I wasn't gonna do watch since I was taking care of very sick people previously, so I was not on watch. But everybody else who was on watch saw some super messed up stuff or a really pretty lady.
Miss didn't see any of it. She just heard stuff.
Oh, true. Yes, that's the majority of it. Yeah, there was just a lot of lizard talk last time. And I still think that we're doing the Mothman thing, but we're not actually going to capture Mothman.
Mothman.
We just want to talk.
Just want to talk. We want to be friends.
I really want to go and do the tower job because that's worth a lot of money, and I think we need a lot of money. And hopefully that's on the way.
Will they take our money in the forest? Do we know that for sure?
It's uncertain, but people seem to think that the answer to that is no. Generally speaking. Well, other villages, perhaps. There's a little bit of bartering going on. But it's a very strange place, and you have to be like real hardy, real rough kind of folk to be out there in the Margreve.
Well, it's a good thing we have a lizard.
Yes, it is a good thing you have a lizard.
Look, the lizard's the lead character. We're just a supporting crew.
Yeah, we are literally just the supporting characters for the lizards. It's fine. I got into a super petty fight with a woman at the bar who was on a date and I didn't realize it. And that was awkward and really hilarious. That was the first time I've ever used Mage Hand for the most petty thing ever.
It was warranted. She was being awful.
And at the same time, I hit on her date.
As you do.
Yeah, no wonder she was pissed.
And then there was a really cool unicorn rug in the inn. And then when we woke up, something crazy happened, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. We tried not to spend too much money, and that didn't really work either.
I mean, it worked relatively well. Look, we got fancy, pretty things, and looking stylish is what matters.
True. And we just have to be really nice to the forest so that the Hollow Man doesn't steal us and serve us up to the Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you. I got a couple of tarot cards in the queue. Those are going to be interesting. Yeah.
Charisma scores. We could probably talk our way out of Baba Yaga.
You also, in part of your letter from Uncle Reggie, it had a few things in it. The second letter from Uncle Reggie. So again, I'll read it. My apologies for the deception. A long time in the making. However, as you can see, there is no family reunion. I and I alone summoned you here to the north. Oh, just so you don't get too upset, I've already paid for your stay at the inn, which you stayed for last night. And then you were awarded some things that he left you: a bottle of whiskey, a small stipend of coin worth 100 gold pence, as well as another dozen rations. You also might want to check in with the Nor'easter Costa, which you've done, the strange old trader by the name of Ventryth, which you've done, and the village blacksmith Freydis, sorry, that you have not done yet. That is the last thing on the note from Uncle Reggie, except it says, see you soon, nieces and nephews. P.S. Keep an eye out for things that go knock in the night.
Multiple things
Right.
did.
Which also happens. So the one thing that you have not done is meet up with the blacksmith. And that is a typo retcon on my part. The blacksmith's name is Freydis. I'm going to change that.
Mm-hmm.
Not Frida. I think we were talking about Big Frida, so I think that was a Freudian slip.
Mm-hmm.
Freydis. Okay. So, a basic layout of Savosan. So you have about, I believe, another... It is the 40th day of Lycuma. Also, don't forget to add your DM inspiration, Garnet, unless you already have it, in which case you can give it to somebody else. It is the 40th day of Lycuma. It is 4 days, 6 days, 6 days past the festivities of Oceantide, which is the 34th and the 35th, sometimes for 3 days, depending on the year. And the next closest holiday is the Holiday of Rebels' End, which is the 7th of Aocosta. It is early to mid-spring. There are 10 months in the year, and each month has 41 days, with the last day being Sol's Day, which would be tomorrow for y'all. You have about an hour and a half again before you have to depart with the Nor'easter Costa to maintain a schedule. Your destination with them, because you have an entire quest log in the Margreve, because plot hooks, is to synchronize with them, and they're on a tight schedule. They would like to leave for the town of Lavosa, which also seems to be plagued by disappearances, attacks in the night, and some sort of plague that seems to be affecting the animals. Some have even said that the attacks by wolves in the evening or by strange figures in the night have been increasing, and that there's been reports of strange wood-like beings lurking in the shadows, and some other disappearances may now be potentially being ruled as homicides. So the Crown would like you to investigate, and also Siraka Rendil, the Minister of War and a war criminal, that showed up at the bar the previous evening, handed you a recently sealed missive. He was going to pin it to the job board himself, but gave it instead to the party, seeing the shimmer in your eyes for adventure, and handed it right to y'all. Essentially, a reward for reclaiming the long-abandoned Tempest Rider Griffin Towers that were formerly used during the Centuries War, of which he is also known as the Butcher of Baraktal. As Garnet said, kind of unleashed think Game of Thrones, think the Dragon's Fire, but it's more of like a poison gas. It's sort of like concentrated green dragon breath that has the same, that also has like an acidic burning effect. So combination of both, not quite as explosive as the Dragon's Fire from Game of Thrones. More like a traditional D&D or Pathfinder Green Dragon type of concentrated poison gas. So not a great guy. Did end the war, not a great guy. So that is that's where we are. We got a couple of locales. We have Equitrax, where you can rent steeds, the farm of Nenevarstead, the Storm and Hammer, which is one of my favorite names for a shop, which is down by the Bay of the Lake here, Lake Savosa, Brisbane College, the Griffin's Roost, the Gento Village Greengrocer, the Nor'easter Coster, the Cloak and Dagger, the Savosi Public Library, the Wayside Inn, and of course the Lawmaster's Citadel. The Lawmaster tends to be a bit reclusive, and Zoramar's Tower, Wizard's Tower here. So the rest of the town is available to you. You do only have about 90 minutes to 2 hours for whatever you'd like to accomplish in between now and then. Gilly has an appointment to pick up what type of reptile lizard again? I'm sorry. I'm gonna write it down this time.
Gecko.
A gargoyle gecko. Okay, if you don't know what that is, look it up. I looked it up last time. It's very cool.
They're sick. They're so cool.
They're very cute.
Did we figure
There's
out a
definitely a
name?
picture.
His name is Zach.
Zach, what were you gonna say, Heck? There's definitely a picture where?
I was like, there's definitely a picture in the
Oh, yeah?
at least in our cast chat. Yeah,
I
look them
love
up.
There is,
them.
because it's my Gargoyle Gecko. Her name
Yes.
is Blue. She's very pretty. She's also a turd. She bites. That's fine.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
obviously you're not feeding her enough.
you can
Certainly.
you can name the gargoyle gecko whatever you'd like. So, Zach?
Zach.
Okay. Gargoyle gecko by the name is with a CK or a CH?
Z.
Z? Z-A-Z?
CK. I struggle with
Zazzy.
words. It's fine. CK. Z-A-C-K.
Oh, this is a very interesting series of tarot cards. Ooh, you know, I'm gonna combine these. So we got a couple of cards. I just want to let y'all know for Anna and these are great for Anna and Renee. So this is the first one is the Five of Wands, and basic tarot pull here for the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is sort of minor inconveniences, and if you can see here, there's like little imps, which is fun. Little imps and a mushroom. Yeah. So when you pull the Five of Wands, you might find some minor setbacks, but since we're using the Darkwood Tarot, which are kind of lateral partners with us for the stream, which is very cool. They gave us express written permission to plug and promote their tarot deck and show it off on stream. So thank you to Llewellyn Publishing. Sasha Graham and Abigail Larson are the artists and creators there for letting us use and show off the Darkwood Tarot. That's super cool of y'all. And also the Three of Wands, which was from Renee, which is this amazing sassy vampire lady on it. And Three of Wands is sort of like a perspective, right? And oh boy, do I have someone that's going to show you some perspective. So those are two encounters. Those are encounter cards. So let's see what
Is that
happens.
dude rolling up
Yeah.
is that dude rolling up with his ghost fish again?
Ghostfish? No,
Maybe.
that's just a magical item, which I
Which
think
has a
isn't
ghost fish in it.
that- Yeah. Who knows what the ghostfish means? Who knows what kind of magic went into creating that thing? The ethics of creating a ghostfish goblet. Who knows? But it's a magical item he found in his adventures. So old adventurers got this. Found it somewhere in the Margreve, which is a creepy old forest. So
Sorry, I'm trying to process wizards having ethics, and it's kind of just blue screening.
oh, they absolutely don't. Yeah, that is definitely a blue screen, especially in this world. Oh no, put it back. All right. So, well, what are y'all doing? Who's doing what? Gilly, you going to the Wayside Inn to adopt a lizard?
Yep, I'm meeting Man About Lizard. Very important.
Okay, Nefrit, how
30
about you?
minutes late.
We just got done talking with the creepy old man.
Yeah, creepy old man. He's going back to the Wayside Inn.
Seeing that the majority of the food that was purchased was not for us, I think we should probably go get something besides rations, because I know I'm not trying to eat that for the next however many days. And I know we still need to go see the blacksmith,
Mhm.
but food first.
Okay, so you're right next to the village greengrocer. You can go and just kind of it's a long line, but you know it take about a half an hour. But fresh fruits and vegetables, that kind of stuff. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, I mean, really stuff that's gonna like travel well. So like fresh fruit will be great for the next couple of days. But if we're gonna be in the Margrave for like 12 plus, I also need things that are gonna last, like dried fruits and jerkies and things like that.
The village greengrocer has whatever dried fruits and dried mushroom jerky that you could possibly want.
That'll work. Yeah.
It sounds
so I
pretty
guess
good.
Yeah, it's
Sound good.
it's 8 copper for 1 bar of mushroom jerky, and it is 1 silver, 2 copper for a pouch of dried fruit that will get you through 1 day. And there's plenty for all that you want. And again, it's just Steve Brule, right? So curly hair, kind of goofy, really polite, really friendly, and they're, you know, just very happy. And they got a whole staff and crew working for them as well. Mostly college kids from Brisbane College, right? Working at the village greengrocer.
Mhm. All right, so it's 8 copper for a bar of mushroom jerky, and how much
Yep.
for the bag of dried fruit?
It is 1 silver, 2 copper. And a bag of dried fruit will be enough for a meal. Jerky, it's a pretty thick bar of mushroom jerky. It's very salty. It's a very interesting texture. If you've ever had mushroom jerky before, you can only ever eat 1. You can enjoy 1, and it fills you up. And anything more than that, you start to get a little nauseous. as you start to
can
be pulled into
understand
the mycelial network. So, yep, that's anything else you're looking for down there at the greengrocer? Amidst a sea of disinterested students from Brisbane College.
Right.
Who are like green aprons and everything, like,
just
it's like Whole Foods.
basically. I would definitely love to get like just 5 like just really delicious looking apples, and then the rest just travel food.
Okay, all right. Oh my god, I love that Yoshi emoji in the chat. Well done. Anything else that y'all want to get from the greengrocer?
I mean, that's what I'm getting for me. I don't know what
Cool.
y'all want to eat.
Anyone going with Nefrit to the greengrocer?
Like, I'm happy to take a list if y'all have other stuff you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do. But like,
Estelle is fine with helping out with that. Yeah, I'm totally fine to collab on whatever camping dishes we might want to do.
yeah. Oh, like, should we get gear? Like, I know we're traveling with people, but should we like get
Well,
a tent or a sleeping roll or something? Do we?
Tent
Because
might be
we've
good.
literally
I
just been
have
sleeping under trees.
true. A tent might be good. I have this big iron pot that we can cook stuff in, so that's good.
Let me see what Mist has for stuff like that. She also has a pot, so we are good on that.
Almost any shop here would have a 2-person tent. A 2-person tent is 10 gold. They're nice, well-crafted, handmade, sort of steel, flexible steel rods, right? Old school handmade, no planned obsolescence, so good stuff. Well worth the equivalent of 10 golds, like should we say 10 golds, like $1,000. So anyone that wants to buy a 2-person tent, it's 10 gold. Anyone that wants to get mushroom jerky, again 6 copper. Anyone that wants to get and that will be enough for 1 meal. It's like a thick bar. Anyone that wants to get a bag of dried fruits and sort of trail mix, right? So lots of bags of trail mix in a place like this. You can
get the gorp.
Yeah, raisins, peanuts, little bits of chocolate, some shredded coconut, right? That's essentially a ration that is not as bad as a ration for 1 silver, 2 copper, because it's a lot easier to procure those things. But people like the salted, the triple salted fish and the beef jerky and the bread with the peanut butter. So it's a little more expensive because it's better. It's better tasting, I guess, in the long run. But lots of sugar and not as good for you as the other stuff.
All right, anyone want to go halvesies on a tent?
Just check and see how much money I've got left.
This is like I can purchase 1 tent. My starting equipment is 10 gold.
Right, but Uncle Reggie gave us money too.
Oh right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Uncle Reggie gave
so we
y'all
each had 20.
How much of that have we spent?
an additional 100 gold.
Yeah, so
So if you
So
haven't
we each
spent
got
anything, you should have
20.
like 30.
And how much did Siraka Rendil offer you to restore a Griffin Tower again? It was a lot.
A bunch
it
of
was
platinum.
2,500 platinum or something crazy.
It was a
Something
lot.
insane.
Like, that's why I would love to go do the tower job, because like I would never, like, Nefrit would just sit and never work again.
Are we strong enough to handle the tower given
No.
the sheer amount of money?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I was
no,
like,
probably not.
This
Oh
is
no!
not.
Oh, did we lose somebody? Who did we lose? Who did we lose?
We lost Garnet.
No.
no.
She'll be back.
Aha!
Oh, she's back.
It's like a regular thing. It happens.
Oh, it's a Discord thing.
I was in
Yeah.
the middle of my statement, Discord.
How
Not
rude.
respecting me.
Rude. The audacity.
Fucking Discord.
It knew. That's why it did it.
But yeah, no. So it was like but no, we are probably not strong enough to go handle that. But in terms of shopping, we can take a list. That way, we have something besides just rations to eat.
In
like
terms of shopping, if someone were to buy food and shove it in Gilly's hand, Gilly would pay them back. And would
Okay.
also go have these on his
Okay,
head.
but
Gilly
would
just does
Gilly
not
get
have
the
the
food, or
forethought
would
to
it
make
be
a
for the
list.
lizard?
Gilly is
Like,
not there. Gilly is meeting a man about a lizard. Gilly has
Yeah,
priorities.
yeah.
No, but would
They
Gilly
just
get
going to guess.
Yeah, but it's basically, would the food be for Gilly, or would it end up with the lizard?
No, no. Gilly bought
is
the
a great
lizard
question.
food. Gilly did not think about themselves at all
Gilly did not
when
feed Gilly.
purchasing food.
Yeah, I guess the bigger question is how long do we plan on, scheduling out food for? That would help us figure out what
We know
amount
how
that we
long
need.
we're going to be in the woods.
I was gonna
How long do
say
we
a
expect to be
fortnight.
there?
What a fortnight. I mean, there are lots of villages in the woods. There's about 4 small villages and 3 major settlements.
Okay.
And
Yes,
yeah.
but will they gouge us because they know that we have to buy from
Jesus
them?
Christ. Probably.
That's true.
Yeah, probably.
If there's ever a price or a place for price gouging, it's probably in the middle of the murderous forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That may be correct. Maybe onto something there.
Gonna need to take down that tower. Get that 25,000 platinum to buy 1 ration at one of these towns.
I didn't realize they were selling college textbooks.
Oh.
You're right.
Look, somebody who had to get emergency work done on their car. Price gouging is something I'm very cautious about right now. Like above game, I'm just like, nah, how much you gonna charge me for this? Because I have to have it.
That's fair.
So yeah, so let's see, there's 5 of us. We do each of these things is gonna be good for like a day.
Mhm.
14 days per person.
Ew, math.
Yeah, a lot of math.
No one told me there was math involved in this game.
I just did this. 14, 5 and 14 is 200? No, 60.
5 times 14.
5
Yeah.
times 14 is 70.
Yeah.
I just plugged it into the computer. It's like, I can't do math. I
5
established
times
this
10
on
is
stream last
50.
night.
5 times
No,
4
no,
is
no.
20.
5 and
50 plus
14
20 is
can't
70.
be 70 because if you do tennis, it goes to 60.
5
It's,
times 14 is absolutely 70.
Damn you, dyslexia.
Yeah, no,
I
she's
was like,
right.
I don't
It's
know.
70.
Okay, so
Because-
that's 70. Why did I do that? There was a reason for it. We're gonna be spending about 70 copper per
There's
person,
5 of us.
basically.
Mhm.
And how much is 70 copper equates to how much gold?
7
7.
gold.
Okay.
Or wait,
I can
no.
also
No,
contribute.
No,
I
7
can
10 silver
sell-
makes 1 gold. 10 copper makes 1 silver. Oh, the
7
conversion rate.
silver.
Right, I'm
7
like,
tenths
wait.
of a gold.
Someone walks by, just like a lady, like sort of gray hair, right? It's like a half elf woman, kind of just walks by. Here's this conversation. Is like, do y'all need some help?
We're bad at math and we need to travel.
Where are you
bad at
traveling to?
The woods.
What woods?
It just kind of points to the Margreve. Are there any other woods?
Oh, yes, plenty.
Well, we're
wouldn't do
going in
that.
there.
Well, you probably die. And she kind of makes the symbol of a Syndra and is like, blessings. And just kind of walks away.
Thank you.
All right. Kathleen. What is Kathleen doing?
Kathleen is digging around through her satchel that definitely has the gold that she's took off those people that were being mean to us
definitely
when we first came in, and be like, you guys, I think I can cover the cost here. I have 7 silver, which I think is
Mhm,
approximately 70 copper. allegedly. Don't ask me. I can't do math either. But here's the money.
Okay. All right.
We are all so screwed.
Is anyone heading over to the blacksmith?
Are we
Mistle
getting
head,
things?
Mistle head to the blacksmith.
Okay. I only ask about it specifically with like metagame reminders because it's on your itinerary. Uncle Reggie was like, "Hey."
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Reggie doesn't tell me what to do.
He's not even. He's probably not
Okay.
even our uncle. Rude.
He is our uncle. This is blasphemy.
Gilly, you
We
are.
adopted him into the
Oh
family.
my god.
He is our uncle, whether he's just like everybody else, whether they're actually related or not. It doesn't matter. He's
Does
Uncle
not matter.
Reggie now.
Uncle Reggie.
Gilly, you are able to meet up with Merrick at the tavern, who has a beautiful gargoyle gecko, right?
Wonderful. Yes.
Okay, it's all been sort of worked out, and it's more just simple pleasantries. What does your gargoyle gecko look like?
Let's see. He's about this big. He kind of sits on my shoulder. He's got this blocky head with like these little notches in it. It's got these
Mhm.
giant like blue-green eyes. And he's got like this black and gray kind of speckle blotch pattern down his back. Tiny little claws, funky little tail. He never blinks because he doesn't have eyelids, so he
Mhm.
just kind of stares at everything all the time. And he's
Okay.
got a little red tongue that goes blip. It's very cute.
Adorable. So I don't
Solid
know
lizard.
much about lizard care specifically. So whatever they are, because I know you do, Merrick would relay that to you, because I don't want to get it wrong,
Excellent.
because I will get it wrong.
Hmm.
We've had several very funny arguments about this across several different discords,
It's fine.
but
Look,
in
it's
the
a
best
magic
way.
lizard, it'll be fine.
Yes.
It's a little bit magical.
all in good fun. Okay.
He eats
so,
fruit and the occasional bug,
fair enough.
so we're good.
All right, so Merrick, just will take good care of him. And what are you naming the little man here?
This is Zach.
That kind of just kind of tongue on the eye, and then kind of looks up at you,
Wonderful.
Gilly, and then just
Excellent.
kind of does it on the other eye. It's like he's got personality, limited number of thoughts. If you could do that trick, I'd be curious to know what they were thinking. But I'll let you be on your way. I don't want to keep you too long.
All right. Well, take care of Gizmo. I will be back at some point to say hello to my friend
Gizmo,
and to
at,
you, good friend. Take care.
at the name Gizmo, you just hear like a. And, like Gizmo
The scrambling.
is like kind of doing a little dance on the like. On the.
Well, he assumes you have
Little grape.
grapes.
Yeah.
Grape.
Grapes.
Great for Gizmo.
Do you have grapes?
Yes, I bought them at the grocer.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Okay. You just kind of and kind of excitedly just kind of snaps it right out of your fingertips.
Excellent.
Okay.
And then I offer part of a grape to Zach as well.
Excellent. Merrick says a donation for a lizard of this kind would probably be normally about 2 gold.
I am happy to provide that to you. Continue to take excellent care of the other lizards in your care.
Of course. That's what I do.
And then I set him up with some of the greens and fresh things that I bought at the grocer. I save a little bit for Zach.
Oh.
But I do make sure that some of it goes to
Okay.
Gizmo and Merrick and the other lizards in their care.
Awesome. So, Kathleen, you had the satchel that y'all got from Uncle Reggie. Is that what you were getting at?
I can be carrying that, but no, the people that tried to steal from us, so instead I stole from them.
Oh yeah. How much was in there again?
It was 19 gold and 15 silver.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yes. Well, Kathleen has that. What else would Kathleen like to do in this? As Gillian's making her way back to the party with a gargoyle gecko.
Smell the smells, and also just
Yeah.
look for like a street vendor that is giving out food, or not giving it out, but just She's hungry. She's gonna eat as well as she can before we leave.
So the most popular one is Arnold's Sugar Fins, which is a sweet fish vendor, and they go pretty quickly. There's only a couple left. There are sort of like a little, almost like bento box plates with some rice and some sweet fish in there. And by midday, those are 2 silver, and then that's the longest line. And there's also a melon bread vendor, which is selling melon bread for 6 copper pence, which smells amazing. That, and I would probably say salted fish on a stick, but fresh. So probably either earlier this morning or the previous evening, salted and seasoned and grilled to perfection. Those are the 3 biggest options. And of course, there's apples and fruits at the greengrocer. And also, there is a small candy shop on the corner.
Yes. Candy shop.
Okay. The candy shop. Call this place. I don't know, because they're all so generic. Candyland. What's a good name for a candy shop? Otherwise, I'm gonna call it Candyland.
Maybe that's the name of my local candy shop.
The candy man. Oh wait, hold on. Money Penny's Candy. Money Penny Candy.
Confectionery.
Money Penny Confectionery.
Ooh.
Money Penny's Candy Confectionery. Candy Confections.
That works.
Money Penny's Candy Confections. Okay. It's not as clever as I would have liked. Chat. What's a good name for a candy shop? Sugar Shack? Yeah. All right, it is. I changed my mind. Money Penny is the name of the lady, but it's now the Sugar Shack. Money Penny's Sugar Shack. All right, thank you, chat. Chat, what's the name of the is the woman's name is Money Penny? How about another name? Let's just say that she's out. What's another name for like a vendor? Sweet Kingdom, Sweet and Sorrows, Sweeney Sweets. Now I have lots of names.
Yeah.
Wait, Sweeney Sweets? I think that's kind of awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be the next candy shop.
How many candy shops do we
Lola.
have?
Okay,
Enough.
Never enough.
It's Penny and Lola. It's Money Penny Sugar Shack. Thank you, Nicole Barsworthy. Oh, those are good too. All right, so the next one is gonna be, what was the other one that y'all liked? Sweeney Sweets. So the next one is gonna be, and the next big town is gonna be Sweeney Sweets and Nicole Barsworthy. But for now, we have Sugar Shack and Penny and Lola. All right, chat. What do Penny and Lola look like? Describe Penny and Lola.
Build an NPC time.
Yeah. Show me what. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yep. Both tall. Let's say Penny is sort of wearing a corset. It's a little form-fitting, a little tight.
She giving
Tall and
Jessica
bitter,
Rabbit
short and
vibes?
sweet. Yes, Jessica Rabbit vibe. Sort of like curly red hair, right?
Excellent.
Yeah. Penny. So Penny is like what? Yes. Penny is sexy but a little bitter, like Jessica Rabbit vibes, and also a power lifter. No, okay, Lola's gonna be the power lifter, the short one.
Power listener, yeah.
Penny, tall and bitter, very sexy, with red curly hair. And all right, so sort of like we'll call Penny's like strawberry blonde with pink. Strawberry blonde with pink.
Yeah, it can be striped like a candy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that. We're
Oh,
just
this
we're
is
making
great.
a very buff Polly Pocket, and I'm actually kind of about it.
Penny is a half elf. Okay. All right, this is great. Penny's tall and bitter half elf, and then Lola is a short power lifter. Is Lola a dwarf or a halfling? Or is she just a short human?
I feel like halfling would be funnier.
I think,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
it fits the candy shop vibe
Yeah.
too.
And are they friends? Are they sisters, or are they a couple?
Mm.
They're totally roommates.
They're just roommates. Yes.
It's the special friend they bring to holidays.
Okay, and
my
it looks
God,
like
they're
Candyland
roommates.
inside. With blue hair. And is short. And sweet. Okay. Roommates. Couple. Halfling. All right. Penny has a pair of speckles. Okay. All right. Glasses and freckles. All right. Could be WWE. Yeah, this is great. Okay. All right. Here we go. So inside of the candy shop, which is also a bakery, it's like a small-time bakery operation. Lots of cupcakes, red velvet, vanilla, chocolate, vanilla frosted, chocolate frosted, sprinkles, candy, the whole deal. Also those big lollipops with the swirls, wall to wall. The honey sticks, sugar sticks that are just kind of flavored sugar. There are chocolates, bonbons, chocolate-covered cherries, because there's a lot of fruits and vegetables, all the farms around here. There's macarons, too, and like a whole case full of them. And let's see, what else? With a kind of frozen sweetened cream. Yep, absolutely. All kinds of really good stuff. Amazing. And inside is a tall, half-elven woman, sort of curly, wavy red hair, maybe about 6'3", glasses, freckles, and she seems very disinterested. You kind of come in and she just and kind of just puts her hand on her face and kind of rolls her eyes. Whereas the smaller halfling is very happy, very excited. She has sort of shoulder length blue hair, sort of she has like one bangs kind of covering the eyes. And she has these like rippling muscles, right? And she is very happy to see y'all. And with the two sort of differential personalities there, the taller of the two kind of just puts her hand in her face, and the halfling kind of just comes out into from under there's like a little divider there. She's kind of ducks under it and comes out. And welcome to the Sugar Shack. What can I get you? We got all kinds of red velvet cupcakes just came out of the oven. We got strawberry and blueberry flavored macarons and also sugar sticks. What's your poison?
Well, I would like to fill up this bag with as much as I can. How much can 5 gold get me here?
She kind of like, what? That's quite literally like $500 worth of candy.
Oh, I know.
It's like, I want to buy
I am
everything.
aware.
Did I stutter?
She just kind of like so you're just holding a bag, right?
Yes.
She
My
says-
very large backpack that doesn't have anything useful in it. I will throw out whatever is in it. If
The taller woman kind of just looks a little bit less frowny, right? And kind of just shifts from behind the counter and looks very interested. And the halfling kind of just takes the blue hair and just kind of adjusts it and says, "You can fill the whole bag. Well, then we'll call it even."
Perfect. And I go nuts.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lollipops.
Yeah.
Things that like she can like walk and kind of talk with. She doesn't like. It's not gonna be a bunch of stuff that'll like melt in her hand. So fuck M&Ms and Skittles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
okay.
anything that is easy to keep tidy with, but also
Fund their gay Etsy store. Oh, amazing. Go ahead, Corndogg. Sorry.
oh, I'm just buying up the candies.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything on a stick, I will procure. I will also buy candy that I think represents each of the family members I'm currently traveling with. Things that I think that they'll like. It's gonna be a wonderful little happy assortment. And then I will instantly shove a lollipop, one of the big swirly ones,
Yep.
just right in my mouth.
Perfect.
Uh,
And there's lots of
and
rock
attempt to
candy.
find the rest of my adventuring party, who's collecting adventuring gear.
I just
and
imagine
perhaps-
you just putting the 5 gold on the counter. Like, how much will that get me? And them looking at you like you're insane, and then being very happy. This is wonderful montage that's happening in my head right now, and I thank you for that.
Yes.
There are
I'm kind of picturing them asking, wondering why she didn't just try to buy this whole store and be done with it.
like little gummy cats, like little gummy cat heads, and also a whole selection of rock candy that is like turquoise, and as well as like
Jewels,
red
candy
and pink.
jewels.
Yeah. Lots of rock candy, and then all different kinds of honey sticks, all different flavors, and Allie and Heck, what kind of candy would represent your characters? I don't know. I can't,
Ooh.
because y'all are like the melee fighters. I'm trying to think, unless they were like, yeah, gummy owlbears. That could be a thing.
Oh, that sounds so good though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
I,
you know
I like
those
gummy owlbears.
you know those like candy quills. They're like a lollipop in the shape of a quill, but instead it's like a sword.
I think so.
Yes.
It's got
Yeah.
like so it's just
Okay.
like a fancy shaped lollipop.
Perfect. All right, they have those too. How about for Estelle?
Yeah. No, actually, I think she might like some sour candies. Like if there are any like
Yeah.
specifically like sour candies. She's probably one of those.
Pop rocks. I would say like there's the equivalent of like
Oh,
old timey
Pop
warheads. You know, like those old fashioned hard candies. They're like
Mhm.
that, but they're sour. There's definitely a bunch of
Oh.
those. Yeah. Yeah, and just kind of pop rocks, and the taller woman will say a little bit of magic in these. Just don't mix them with a carbonated beverage. Kind of hands over some pouches of these pop rocks. Essentially, new invention.
I'm
know,
just
she's-
imagining like Mentos and Coke.
She's-
What will happen if we do that?
She's gonna be from Brooklyn. She's like, yeah, just get a bunch of these in. So just don't mix them with cola or anything like that. You'll have a bad time. All right?
Mix with cola.
No, don't mix with cola. You're gonna have a bad time.
I'm a scientist.
Are you?
No,
Okay.
but I'm going to be.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Well, congratulations on future becoming a scientist. Good luck on your exams. I assume you're a
Thank you.
student over at Brisbane, so good luck in your studies.
What's Brisbane?
Never mind. The halfling kind of just, so anything else, a bag looks, whatever you want to do, fill up the bag as much as you want, for as long, just as long as you can fit it in the bag. I'll even wrap up a half dozen cupcakes for you.
Caramels.
Yeah. You can also get
Caramels.
Caramels.
Yeah, yep. Caramel
Gotta get
candies.
some Werther's original.
Right? Yeah,
Old
y'all,
food candy.
you're making chat hungry for candy.
I'm making myself hungry for candy.
Yeah,
Diets are
same.
dumb.
All right.
I want candy so bad.
Renee, I don't know if you can see the map, but I have to get this chaotic group of bards over to the blacksmith.
Ibis
We're getting
is
there.
there. She's just been waiting
Where
for
is
you all to catch up with her.
All right, so
I'm just going to assume that she like tossed a couple gold to whoever went to Green
Yeah.
Grocers. Be like, dealer's choice.
okay. What? 2 gold, the greengrocer?
Yeah.
Okay. Same reaction. You can fill up 2 handbags full of anything you want, including the jerky and the it's about 2 canvas bags worth of whatever you want. Lettuce, cabbage, fruits, vegetables.
Well, thing is, she went over to the blacksmith, and she's just kind of banking on like the freight and whoever else went
Yeah.
to
Well,
get her some of this stuff.
The good news is you're all fairly stocked up now. You just drop in hundos like it's nobody's business. At the
Yeah.
candy store and the grocery
Listen, Uncle
store.
Reggie hooked us up.
Yeah, I just coming in and like, take my gold.
Did we buy tents? Are those a thing that we decided to collect?
Yes.
What do we have that
Yes,
we need
we
to
did
add to
get-
the inventory?
We did get tents.
And what do we need to remove from our inventory? How much money did we spend collectively as a whole? Or,
Oh, that
and
is a
then
great
divided by
question.
each. And what does everybody have in their inventory? Because if we're tracking food in the Margreve, we need to know exactly how much of what we have. And how much candy constitutes a meal. And what are the
Opening
consequences
a notepad
of having
document.
7
I'm
giant
opening up
lollipops
the
in a row?
notepad.
Logistical question.
Okay, so for 2-person tents, there are 5 of us, so we would need 3 at a minimum, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 30. So that leaves us with 70. How about food? Did we get a total on that yet?
For oh yes, right. So
Ration kind of stuff.
yeah. Whatever y'all want to do for if somebody's got a calculator. Again, so essentially one day's worth of trail mix is 1 silver, 2 copper, and one meal's worth, which is essentially you can eat it as like as a meal supplement. They're like big bags, a lot of stuff in there. It's like an all day thing, and like big blocks of the mushroom jerky. Would be the equivalent of like a dinner meal, salty, seasoned. That is 6 copper. So however many you want to get, I'll leave it to y'all to do the math.
Look, we went through this. We can't do math.
Yeah, I know. This is like, well, if we wanted to round it, so you said the trail mix plus the jerky would be like 1, or is it?
The trail mix plus the jerky would be 1 silver, 8 copper.
Okay. So actually, it might be easier to round up and then take everything down. From that actually might be
In my
easier to do,
my
'cause
my
2 silver.
hubris and my effort to make realistic prices, I have screwed myself.
1 trail mix and 1 jerky is 2 silver.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
sake of
okay.
making
Just
money.
for the sake of doing
I'm
easy
retconning
math,
it.
we can round it. Yeah, just 2 silver.
Okay, so
Okay.
a big old block of mushroom jerky. So we get 2 of those per person, so 10 of those.
I have to make that Saitama face from when he first meets Genos, and he's
So like 10
Okay,
of
so
those.
it's 1
and then, like,
jerky.
yeah.
1 jerky is one meal, and 1
Yes.
trail mix is 1 meal,
Mhm.
Yes.
and 2 silver is a jerky plus a trail mix.
Correct.
So basically,
Yes.
1 meal is 1 silver.
Mhm.
Yes.
But we're gonna buy them in groups of 2.
yeah.
So if we get everybody a 10 days worth of shit, then
Exactly.
it's 20 silver per person,
Yes.
Mhm.
which is 2 gold. So everybody has
2 gold.
spent 2 gold, and you now have 5 jerkies and 5 trail mix.
Great.
Does that
And
work
then,
for
like,
everybody?
but yes, and then I also got like fresh fruit too.
Okay.
And we
How
did not
much
discuss
is-
prices of fresh fruit.
Okay. Do we want to count that in as like the miscellaneous 2 copper that is left over in the realistic prices? So everybody gets that plus 1 apple?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Great. So everyone has spent 2 gold on food. You have 1 apple, 5 jerky, and 5 trail mix. Or wait, no.
Great.
10 jerky. Okay.
We've got it, but that takes us down to a total of 60 gold then, because our 2 gold that we spent on each person times all of us.
I
What
already
ended up
have
being-
my portion of the gold in my
Oh,
inventory as
great.
something that I already have.
Yeah, that's what I've been
So
doing
that way
too.
I'm...
Mhm.
Okay.
Plus the how many
One.
tents do we need? There's 5 of us. We
Three.
need 3 tents.
2 gold. Everyone subtract 2 gold.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm writing it out so that way it's in the
Yeah.
chat.
No, amazing. Somebody who
And then, so
Yeah.
that's that plus 10 times over, so everyone has 10 jerky. And 10 trail mix. And 1 apple. And then we needed 3 tens, which is 3 tens
so it's
times 10
30
gold each. Which is 30 divided by 5 people is 6 gold. So
Some
everyone should be subtracting 8 gold from their inventory total.
some old dragonborn kind of walks by and just kind of, hey, relax, man, you're too tense. And just
Don't tell me what
just
to
kinda
do.
like
Math is hard.
chuckles to himself as he to the crying beholder.
I appreciate all of
At this
the-
point, it's just like we're doing math. You expect us not to be tense?
Wiley, but everything you need is here, yeah.
adding things to my inventory.
There's like
I established last stream that I can't do math. I'm gay, okay?
Exactly. This is homophobic.
Yeah.
some halfling is like walking by, kind of like a little scar under his eye and kind of like a bandana on, kind of tied back, and kind of gruff facial hair as you're all doing this. He's just like, hey, you want an abacus?
that will make things worse.
I got one. He kind of like opens up his coat because I got one for sale.
Oh god, what's the Resident Evil 4 merchant doing here?
I also have cocaine.
Oh.
Wrong character.
Yeah, thank goodness we're an 18 plus stream. La coca.
Okay. I think we're good. Are we good? Do we have all the things?
I've
Can
added
we
everything
go
to my
meet
inventory.
Miss?
That will speed up the process.
We gotta go meet Mist with the blacksmith. I hope you've not been just standing there awkwardly.
I promise
The
my friends will be
elevator
here any
music.
minute. It's like
There-
when you
we
arrive
don't
at
talk
the
about
restaurant
that.
before all your friends.
Yeah.
It's just like, I promise they're here. They're just gonna get caught up in traffic.
Yep. Chat setting the prices now too, by the way. 3 silver pieces for an abacus.
Thanks, chat.
That's like $30. It makes sense. It's like it's like the equivalent of an old school calculator. That's pretty reasonable. It's pretty reasonable for a TTRPG chat. That is the most reasonably priced item I have ever seen.
True.
Okay.
Why are we trusting chat with the prices?
The longer we wait around in town, the more chat gets to dictate the prices of Savosa. Savosi merchants.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's motivation.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're good now that we've got everything we need.
I think
just
so,
a
too.
ton of like a small child worth of candy.
Mr. Rogers' bloodstained sweater says, "Let's haggle and make it 3 electrum." That's
Oh
it.
my
The
God,
Abacus
no.
is now 3 electrum.
Nobody carries that.
Only by a plant. Yeah, there is definitely an a botanist selling sweet leaf that you can smoke. Smokable pipeweed.
No, we do not need to be high in the murder forest. Thank
No.
you.
It will probably get us high at some point anyway.
Exactly.
Depending on how
Let's not help it.
Water skin, 10 electrum.
Oh God.
We're not building this economy off of Electrum. Oh, hard pass.
All right, but are we good? We can go. Now that we've
Yeah,
stood
I
in the
got-
middle of the square doing math for an unreasonable amount of time.
Like attracted all of the grifters trying to come out and trying to sell you overpriced abacuses and all kinds of other stuff.
Nefrite is just gonna like head towards the blacksmith and hope they follow.
All right. All right, cool. You all eventually finally, as you make your way over to the blacksmith, you can see Bryza and oh no, it's not Gillian. Hold on.
Hey, look, I look different. What
we go.
happened?
You're now a dragonborn. Okay. Bryza and Grixith are just wrapping up the carts, and they're kind of tying up their oxen. It's like a large, sturdy oxen to pull the cart. And Grixith is like, "Oh, wait, where are you going? We're about to leave."
We just need like 5 more minutes. We'll be right back.
Bryza just kind of gestures.
They're immensely disappointed in all of us because they saw the shenanigans in the square.
They're just like tying up the last of the crates. So okay, so you all make your way to the east to the Storm and Hammer, and as you kind of approach through town, it's only like a 2-minute walk. There's a little bit of a sort of a natural hill, or sort of a stone steps on a lush green hill that winds down to the Storm and Hammer, and you can hear the clang of hammers, right? Clank of hammer. No, you can hear the line from the song. All that's going on inside the Storm and Hammer, just like a rhythmic, and then like a. And Mist, you're used to it by now. You've been sitting outside for a long time, and Mist, just before you're about to go in, you can kind of feel someone's presence standing beside you and just kind of looking up at your companions coming down the hill. And just a presence. You can kind of look over and you can, I like to imagine that, Mist was sitting down just for a moment outside, and you can see sort of like the knee-high brown leather boots, the sort of black and brown, the sort of black leather pants, and sort of a brown tunic with like an armored corset, and a blade on her back, as well as like a wooden shield that has like a stylized six-pointed star on the back of it, and sort of black and gold colors. And she has sort of like light brown skin and dusty blonde hair. Kind of looks down over at you and just kind of waiting on your friends, huh?
That's one way to put it, yeah.
They look like an interesting bunch.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. We officially established we can't do math if what I was hearing from over there was correct.
What's your passive perception again?
I think it's 12.
Oh, 12. Okay. All right. So she just, well, here they come. And the rest of y'all kind of stumble down the stairs on the way to Blacksmith. Okay, I'm just going to bring all 4 of you down here. And who has the highest passive perception again? And a miss is a 12. How about the rest of y'all?
11.
I think the highest in the group is a 13.
Perception.
I have a 9.
I have a 13 in passive perception.
Oh, okay. All right. So Nefrite, as you're kind of like just at the last second, you can see Mist is talking to that woman as described outside, kind of watching y'all sort of descend the steps. And just at the last second, you see another woman kind of on the top of the roof, kind of just standing next to one of the chimneys with a longbow sort of in her hands, kind of like pointing it down in a non-threatening way, kind of just observing, looking around like some kind of a patrol or a scout, not necessarily hiding too much, but kind of just staying out of sight on the roof. Long blonde braid. It has almost like sort of gold, sort of like autumn like colored skin. Appears to be an elf, but has these unique markings sort of below her eyes that kind of come down from almost like natural markings. And she kind of just patrols on the roof, and you can see the other woman again as described talking to Mist.
I will fully admit, Mist is kind of distracted at this point by Hot Lady.
I'll go ahead and add these tokens to the map. And you can kind of just hear it's a very intense blacksmith. You can see the doors are open, and there is a woman and a sort of a woman in a tank top with red hair tied back into a bun, and she is just hammering out the last bit of a long a greatsword. And you can see that there are like sort of magic sparks that are kind of coming off of the blade as she kind of hammers the last of it. And there are two other individuals inside of the blacksmith as well, who are also kind of like arming themselves and seemingly checking their weapons inside of the blacksmith. The woman with the red hair tied back in a bun with the tank top, you can see her muscles sort of like just flexing as she works. And she has these runic tattoos all the way up both arms that kind of seem to glow as she kind of sparks magic into this greatsword.
We have an insight check redeem.
Okay, insight check. So advantage on the next insight check for whoever makes the next one. If anybody wants to do a vibe check.
Oh no, she's hot.
There's another woman that kind of has sort of an armored corset and sort of furs on her shoulder, sort of blonde, wavy hair, it's kind of tied up in a bun on top. Has this like neck tattoo that comes like down across her lower neck and up to her shoulders. And she also has two battle axes on her back, and they all have these same shields. I can see Garnet's face because she knows what's happening. And the woman with the two battle axes is like inspecting one, kind of spins it around and kind of just holds it up to the light. And sort of towards the back, sort of sitting on a table, is another woman that has like these arm wraps up her arm, strawberry blonde hair, and these sort of this blue war paint on her eyes, and red strawberry blonde hair that comes down to her shoulder. Also sort of like a red dyed fur.
You know what? Screw it. I'll have Miss do an insight check on the woman
Cool.
that she's talking to
At
because
advantage.
why not?
And yeah, there are 5 of them. And the woman that's kind of sitting on the table is just kind of twirling a sort of gnarled staff that also has these runes going like sort of around it that are kind of glowing this pale green.
18.
Yep. Okay. So whoever these women are probably they're kind of minding their own business for sure. But they seem to all be part of an adventuring party of some kind.
So mad right now.
Yeah.
So mad right now. Me above game, so mad. Nefreet walks in and it's just like, oh, this is just a place. This is where the hot women are. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I missed it, the insight check. She was trying to figure out if the one lady was trying to chat her up or not.
Renee is in the chat and she says, "I'm deceased." They're the Avengers. Yeah, they're the Avengers. And the woman kind of working the longsword just kind of you can hear the sizzle as the runes kind of spark. And she takes it out of the water one last time and just kind of holds it up again to all of y'all, kind of points it in your direction, spins it, holds it up to the light, and kind of puts it back in the water one last time, and then takes it out and sets it aside. and just welcome. Apologies for the mess. We are getting ready to embark on a journey.
Oh my gosh, I love your matching shields. That is so cute. Where did you guys get them?
They kind of look at each other and smile. And the the woman with the blonde hair and back, just kind of from the far back, as she's kind of inspecting the battle axe, kind of puts it down. And she's like, "It is from my tribe,
Your
from the
tribe?
north." Yes. It is a
The
symbol
north,
of our
that's
people.
vague.
The true
Oh.
north, from across the sea.
I don't think I've been there. I haven't been a lot of places, but you know.
No,
Is it nice?
seems not. It is beautiful. It is the Valley of the Gods.
Really?
Yes. Some say you can feel the presence of the gods themselves in the Aldaran Valley. It's a sacred place that has been our people's home for centuries. There are many tribes amongst the Aldarans, but ours is, I believe, one of the fiercest. And some of the strongest women this world has ever seen.
I have noticed that you are all quite strong.
We are shield maidens.
Oh, that the shield. I get it.
Except for Addie. She is an Eladrin. She kind of just points up at the roof.
Looks up at roof.
Oh,
And
I hadn't noticed your buddy up there.
the woman that was out with Mist, and I'm also not from the north. I'm from the Adrakalina, the City of Lights. Or at least I was. But I found sisterhood with the rest of the shield maidens here, and now I have some unfinished business to take care of.
What kind of unfinished business?
Make a persuasion check.
Miss, that's so rude. We just met these very hot ladies.
Oh, okay. She says family business, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we
Oh.
get that.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Oh,
We
That's
we
what it
are
is.
the family business, actually.
so you
Well,
know,
our family.
so you know
Yep.
what it's like to have estranged family members.
Well, you see, we were invited to this family reunion, but it turns out the family reunion wasn't even a thing. It was just our Uncle Reggie playing this trick on us. And you see, and now we're here, and now we have to go into the Old Margreve. We had to come here first. I'm not sure why we're here. Have you heard? Do you know Uncle Reggie?
No, I don't know Uncle Reggie, but I know that my sister expelled me from my own home and sent me into exile.
Your sister's kind of a dick.
Oh my
I mean, that was the blunt way to put it, but that does sound awful.
god! She just,
Gilly looks a little
Yes.
uncomfortable. It's like, oh.
well said. Renee's wheezing. Hopefully you don't have the same problems with your family. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I mean, he said he does into a cursed forest, so we might have the same sort of problems.
Into the Margreve.
Yes.
They kind of look at each other. Perhaps our paths will cross at some point in the future if you are there when we return north.
The
Maybe.
goal is to not be there that long, but also we only know like a direction that we're supposed to go in, and that's kind of it.
We're good at planning.
I wish you the best of luck. And the woman with the red hair, before we close up shop, what can I do for you?
Uncle Reggie said we were supposed to come talk to you because you were gonna give us advice or maybe a thing. What did he tell the innkeeper his name was? Because we say Uncle Reggie and everybody looks at us like we're crazy.
Esquire.
That's
was
the
like-
one.
Somebody calls me Cully.
1 gold for a bottle of flaxseed oil will keep your blades from rusting.
Oh,
And
Oh,
I
Yeah,
can
didn't
sell
the old
you...
man about that? Maybe Uncle Reggie knew. Interesting.
I have 3 obsidian weapons left.
Ooh.
A spear, a longsword, and a battle axe. If they're of use to you, they can be sold for the appropriate price there. 10 gold apiece. They are specially crafted and bear the runes of our home. Then you can see they have the runes of they all have the six-pointed star, and also they have other Aldaran runes carved into the blades themselves. Will bring you good fortune amongst the gods. Especially with Odiran and Thorim. And Fravinia.
I'm more comfortable with my rapier.
We'll keep...
I'm
we
pretty
have
handy
one
with
of
a
those.
longsword.
She kind of nods back, and you can see the woman with the red hair looks back and just kind of takes the staff, and the staff kind of twists and gnarls and kind of reaches. You can see the staff kind of starts to expand, and like little sort of green vines start to wrap their way over to up on the upper shelf and kind of remove the obsidian longsword. She just kind of, without moving from the table, just kind of brings it back down to the head of the staff, and just kind of hands it to the other woman here, kind of picks it up, tosses it to the woman with the red hair, and she catches it on the hilt, spins it around, and slams it on the table. You cannot break this if you tried.
That was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That's a neat trick.
That it certainly was.
You should see us on a shield wall.
I'm sure that's quite the sight.
It is.
Gillian will pick up the sword and kind of feel it in her hand, and
Ooh, it kind of, yeah, it's heavy, but it's perfectly balanced. And as you kind of swing it around, you can feel the balance kind of perfectly swinging around.
Gillian's kind of looked at the party. If no one else has a particular want or need, then
I am a magic user. I love and respect weapons, but don't have too much of a use for them unless you've got some nifty daggers.
Not obsidian, but flaxseed oil for 1 gold for a bottle. And she kind of reaches under the counter and kind of puts like one of those gourd bottles about this size on the table. While she's doing this, the woman with the light brown skin and the blonde hair kind of walks over to Kathleen and just, do you have any more of those? I haven't had a Vasquatorian lollipop in a long time. Harder to get overseas.
Maybe. If you're interested in a trade, perhaps.
For what? Depends on the trade.
Some lollipop. I'll give you 3 lollipops for a bottle of that oil that you got.
They kind of like look at each other and kind of confused. And she says, lollipops are only like 2 copper a piece.
Well, you may be right. But these are here now. I offer them to you. So take it or leave it.
Does Kaplan have a monopoly on all the candy now? Did she buy out the store?
Yeah, there's a new economy in town.
Yeah, she
Gillian's
just...
gonna put the 10 gold for the sword on the counter and then just slip in another one, just to like let it happen.
You do, and they kind of nod at each other, and she says, okay. And just kind of hands you the bottle of flaxseed oil.
Excellent. Someone else will need to carry this. I am currently at capacity.
Yeah, you look like you're carrying a lot into the woods.
Yeah, we may have over-prepared, but you know,
Oh.
I'd rather have stuff to bring back versus not having enough.
A few more
Ever.
seasons. Well, that makes sense. A few more seasons, and I'm sure you'll all be fine, and you'll be seasoned adventurers yet. And maybe we will meet again. And she kind of does the exchange and takes the 3 lollipops and just. These bring back memories.
Good luck with your sister.
Good luck with your memories.
Well, hopefully we don't have to kill her, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely good luck with the family business.
I appreciate that.
Immediately.
It
horrible.
is, I do not have high hopes, considering what needs to be done, but my sister needs to be taught a lesson in humility.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
we all? Laughs nervously.
He's just kind of like, yeah, no, I get it to a point.
You can see
You
the woman in the back with the battle axes. You can see her just kind of flex, and she kind of just cracks her neck and takes the 2 battle axes and slams them together, and they spark a bit. She just starts spinning them.
Gillian is like 1 second away from starting to like drool.
Yeah.
The woman
We
with
should
the
probably go. Our ride is waiting for us and slightly annoyed, and y'all are too hot to be around, so we're gonna leave.
the woman with the red hair looks over at Gillian and be like, "Is she all right?"
No, that's right.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
There's
I
not
think
too many hot ladies.
we're too
Yeah,
hot to be around. We're gonna go.
the flame of the forge is the only hot thing here, and I think we gotta fan
My
ourselves.
apologies for my cousins. They are just.
She just kind of
There are
slowly.
no words for their behavior.
The girl with like the dusty blonde hair just kind of like slowly puts a lollipop in her mouth. It's like, Well, she just,
My
just gonna-
apologies, ladies.
Just gonna.
Thank you
not.
so much for your time. The sword is lovely. I'm sure it'll serve me well. But my cousin here, while being wrong about other things, pointed look at Nefrite, was correct that we have a ride to catch and things to be doing now.
very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll also put a gold down on the counter for a bottle of oil before we leave.
I mean, if the thing is this big, like, are we not
Oh, is
sharing
it?
this?
Like,
It's
how many uses? Yeah, it's like that's a very good question because weapon coverage.
My the woman with the red hair says, "My apprentice Frigg will be taking over in my stead. Do not know how long we're going to be gone, but she will be taking over tomorrow. We're going to leave hopefully by the end of the day today, and hopefully they will be able to open the shop tomorrow. But if you return early, she'll be able to meet up with Frigg. But if not, perhaps we will see you in the Margreve."
I've got a feeling we will.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. May Thorum guide your path and keep you safe through the storm. The woman with the battle axes is just kind of like still kind of rhythmically clanging the battle axes together as y'all like leave. Really intense, like you can see her kind of like almost getting hyped. She's barbarian.
Is there anything special about the sword that I need to be writing down? is it just
Yes. Write down the description that it has the runes. It has Aldaran runes on it.
Okay, guys, spelling.
Aldaron. Aldaran. Also, just as you're leaving, the woman with the dusty blonde hair looks over at Kathleen and just, "Thanks for the lollipops. Enjoy your deluxe overflowing bag of sweets."
Candy.
All right. So y'all have the. Is there anything anyone else wants to do in the town before you rendezvous with Bryza and Grixith?
I don't think so, unless they have a math tutor in town for everyone.
Oof.
All right. So Mist is good. Catelyn, anything else that Catelyn wants to do in town before y'all depart with Bryza and Grixith?
No.
Okay. All right. Big bag of candy in hand. What about Gillian?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. All right. Nefrit?
No, I've got my crazy sketches about the spear. We've got rations and tents. I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. And Estelle?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. All right. You rendezvous with Bryza and Grixith, and Bryza just kind of throws her hands up and is like, "What took you so long? We're half an hour back."
Yeah, we got distracted by a lot of hot women.
I got a cool sword.
She kind of like, "Useless lesbians. Let's go," and kind of just jumps at.
I resemble that remark.
And as you kind of pile into the cart, and she just and just kind of takes the oxen prod and just kind of just a little delicate tap on the behind of the oxen. The oxen kind of and starts chugging along, and you can see Ventryth with his walking stick, kind of like this, kind of watching y'all pass and just like that sort of disapproving old man as you kind of make your way through. And one last look over at the blacksmith, and just you can see that woman on the roof with the long blonde braid just kind of give y'all like a forehead and off salute kind of thing as you begin to depart on your journey west through Savosa proper, towards the Old Margreve itself. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break. Going to take a break a little bit early. And we'll pick up outside of the Old Margreve. Got about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 left in game time. So perfect time for a break. Go stretch, go get some snacks, take care of yourselves. And thank y'all for joining us for the chaos thus far. And we'll see y'all back in like 10, 15 minutes-ish.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to go to break screen. And that's why it says removing rust. Back. Officially.
All right.
Bless you. Perfect timing. Oh, now if I can get the loop off. No! Just missed it. There we go. Ah, that would have been a perfect transition. That's okay. Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's see how long this is going to take. As you embark upon your journey down the long, winding roads to the west, leaving the main road onto, this way, north. Okay. Traveling north by northwest until the road eventually turns to a more, oh no, it's already perfect. Okay. Traveling west. Traveling due west towards the Old Margreve, through the rolling hills and bountiful, seemingly endless farms, and the lush, verdant beauty, the flowing waters of Lake Savosa, and the beautiful, lush, verdant greenery that makes up the heartland, the secondary heartland of Savosa. The northern farmland, the northern heart, as it were. The first 24 to 36 hours of your travel is extremely uneventful because it's going to take that long to get through the gates of Castle Ventryth. As you proceed, you are provided with dinner on the road by Bryza and Grixith, who provide you with the opportunity to sort of have like a community stew. They have brought enough for sort of a group travel. If you're setting out around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or just past sometime between noon and 2 o'clock, that would be the rest of the day on the 40th, the entirety of the day on the 41st, which is Souls Day, and you're still traveling through Savosa at this point. And it would probably be just outside the gates of Castle Ventryth, where you could sort of camp on the side of the road. And that is a common occurrence for those traveling through the very massive region of Savosa, which would bring you to the next month, Eocosta. And after 36 hours of uneventful travel, continuing to travel through the safe, well-protected, well-kept, well-tended, fertile valleys and farms of Savosa, just past dawn, probably around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning on the first day of Eocosta, 1357 EV, you can see the approach of the towering spires, the well-armed ramparts, and the massive Malaywin Wall. Malaywin Wall, named after King Malaywin II. The massive Malaywin Wall that stretches from the borders of the Morrywood to the edge of Lake Savosa, and the immense, well-armed and well-patrolled citadel that is known as Castle Ventryth, the inside of which is one of the largest military outposts in the entirety of the region, in the entirety of the Vascratoria, not just the region, but the crown itself. After the Centuries War, when it was first destroyed by Odror's irregulars during the sack of Savosa, it was rebuilt and reworked to be a better, stronger, more fortified, more well-guarded, more well-defended keep. And the Malaywin Wall was fortified tenfold and expanded tenfold. As you approach, it's a testament to the might and majesty of the Vascratoria, which is their call and response for the military. That is the slogan of the Vascratorian Dirnaith, the army. Might and majesty. And you can see it unfolding here before your eyes in the sheer scope of the towers that line the four edges of the castle. Each tower sort of reaching up to the sky, probably about 60 feet off of the ground at the height of the top parapet of the tower. The walls themselves are about 40 feet high, and the towering spires of the military citadels in the center seem to reach 200 feet into the air. It is a very impressive display of military might. You can hear soldiers and guards drilling in the courtyards in and outside of the western Malaywin Wall. The rear entrance to Castle Ventryth is much more open, much less intensely guarded, and there is but it's sort of like an open space. The back end of the castle has three large double gates. All three of these wooden gates are usually open, patrolled by only maybe a pair, maybe a half dozen guards at each gate, and again, usually kept wide open for traffic to come through. As you approach the central gate through the western road, you are very briefly stopped by two guards, very plain-looking individuals, a half-elf and a human, masculine presenting. The armor is polished to a sheen. They very quickly check the documents for Bryza and Grixith, maybe 10, 15 seconds looking over the documents before handing them back their itinerary and their manifest and sending all of you on your way without a second glance. You can see that the crown and the Dirnaith, despite occasionally looking to the south in the direction of the red streaks that still linger in the sky, where the Skyfall star had fallen but a few days prior, other than the expected glances and the continued string of pilgrims that you had encountered along the road, seems to be less and less intense, less and less busy as you travel towards Castle Ventryth. Most of the pilgrims have likely already left, and as you get closer to the military stronghold, it's very likely that they have a hold order here at Castle Ventryth. You know that the Margreve itself is dangerous. There are continued raids from rebel cells, hobgoblin warlords. The tower and the fortress of Northwatch is the last bastion in the frontier of the crown, but as far as the common citizenry of the Vascotoria is concerned, Castle Ventryth is the edge of civilization. The further west you get towards the main gates of Castle Ventryth, that are double reinforced with wrought iron bars, 2 sets of them, and thick wooden double doors reinforced with bolted iron that tower about 20 feet at their height and about 30 feet at their width, forming a pinnacle of military architecture. The military presence, the intensity of the guards as to their gaze both to the south and to the west intensifies as you progress through this military citadel towards the gates, which are closed, partially closed. The portcullises are raised, the gates are shut, and they are opened every time a cart goes through. So the wooden gates with the bolts, the iron bolts, and the double reinforced wooden doors, the 2 steel portcullises, again, raised above that can be dropped at a moment's notice, and you can see that there are rows upon rows of murder holes for hot oil, arrow slots, that kind of thing, and the military is constantly patrolling back and forth, calls and answers, commands, shouts, and you can hear just the Tower 1, eyes, oh, and there's always cross communication and shouts between the different towers as the wall guard that patrols the rampart are constantly keeping a gaze on the western road. Not necessarily because of the Margreve, but more because of the trauma that is still endures, especially with some of the elves and the older half-elves that still remember the brutality and the savagery of the 100 Years' War, of the Centuries' War. You can see this trauma sort of in effect before you. And even though Odror was defeated 227 years ago, that intensity still lingers. Eventually you pass through the gate just past midday, and after a very intense second checking of a manifest, it takes about 10 minutes, the gates of Castle Ventryth, 30-foot tall, 20-foot tall, 30-foot wide gates with the portcullises up, are slowly opened. You hear, "Open the gates! Gates open!" And you can see 3 soldiers on each side straining to open the gates. But there are very large men that do this regularly that are very 5 men and 1 half-orc woman who also also is part of the military contingent here, throws open the gate as well, as they all kind of shake it off. The half-orc woman kind of just gives y'all a wink as the carriage and the ox continues forward. And as you are proceeding through in the center of this might and majesty, what's y'all's reaction to this incredible display of military strength at what they call the edge of civilization? If any.
I mean, I think
confusion.
a lot of confusion,
It's
a lot of
what the
awe.
hell?
Yeah, it's like there's so much going on. What? Wow.
I think Nefrit is just very impressed by the intense architecture
Yeah.
and seeing this much order when, you know, her own life has been just chaos, is very jarring to
Yeah.
someone who is more of a free-spirited individual. Like, even before, when there was order in her life, it was not like this. It was still very open and, like, you know, free-range chicken sort of things. This is a lot. So it's more of a, I'm not going to do anything to get in trouble because I'm not trying to get arrested. Let's just get through this as quickly as possible. Nobody say anything, and, like, keep your eyes almost down.
What about Gillian?
She's never really seen anything as like big as what's happening here. I think there's just some kind of like shock and awe, and just that's a lot. And you know, there's that small time realization of the world is a lot bigger than you initially thought it was.
Yeah. Someone from a town that is like you know, like a small town by a marsh, but sort of a military minded town. It's impressive.
She's definitely looking around, trying to make sure that, and also trying to make sure that no one has like a wanted poster for us.
Oh yeah, no, nothing like that. It seems like probably due to the incident of the falling star, that your incident on the road has probably largely been forgotten. I also hijacked her dice, right? That was from earlier, but thank you.
Better safe than sorry. She's heard more than enough stories. And told more than a few.
Okay. All right. And as you all kind of, in your own way, take in this massive display of might with the 45 to 50 foot high walls, the 60-foot towers, and the towering spires in the center of this fortress. Some of the towers, some of the ramparts, there's like a step up in the towers that can reach up to 65 feet. It is certainly something to behold. But passing through the edge of civilization, you carry on the Western Road. As you pass through, the doors slowly close behind you. And Bryza just, we're in it now. That's it. The Margreve is still considered contested territory. There's plenty of rebel activity out there in the woods, but they're still citizens of the Crown, just living on the frontier. Northwatch does their best to protect them, but being stationed between the Margreve and the Moray Wood, well, it would take some time for the Roughnecks to be able to get into Margreve. The Northern Marines are their own contingent, the Roughnecks having both the Seafaring Division and the Northwatch Division. Long rivalry there, but they certainly do their best. The people of the Margreve are very hardy. You'll see soon enough. Our first stop, Lavosa. From there, we return to Savosan, and y'all are on your own. But you might as well enjoy each other's company from now until then. And don't let the military might spook you at all. It is intimidating, but well, now we have the free air ahead of us. And hopefully we can get back and forth without any rebel incursions. She kind of knocks on the wood of the cart as the oxen kind of just lets out a little bit of a snort. Carrying on. So I would like for someone to roll 3d100 for me. And also we have 2 tarot cards from earlier. That's
I
one.
did 1.
Okay, 2 more.
I rolled 1. I like how we're all getting progressively worse at this.
Yeah. We got them 7s.
17, 21, 37. 97, okay.
Yeah, so it should be 97, 37, 17.
Okay. Tarot cards. All right. Your travel for the first night is... The first day is mostly uneventful. In the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and sort of fast track the travel on the road a bit, just because it's a little bit dangerous, but with your rolls, with such large numbers, with Bryza and Grixith, who have a reputation, the Coster itself has a fairly intense reputation. Along the way on the Western Road, you have a pretty calm, pretty uneventful 3 days of travel. The total travel is about 80 miles, and you can travel by oxen about 25 miles a day. On the Western Road, it is unimpeded terrain. The weather, you have a bit of mist and rain. Not that mist, but sort of with the 17. On the second day, it's sort of like a light drizzle kind of for most of the day, to the point where you kind of have to wipe the water from your eyes, but distant thunder, nothing intense. The first day is cool and sunny. Second day, again, cloudy with sort of a steady light rain that transitions to a mist and then back to rain and then back to mist. The third day is beautiful and warm, and the sun is shining, and you are continuing to make your way to the Old Margreve. But, sorry, before we get to the third day, on the night of the second day's travel, planning to arrive at the outskirts of the Margreve on the following day, you all set up your camp for the evening. And having set up regular watches, on the second night of travel, what does the first watch look like? Bryza and Grixith can also be watches. So you're one day away from the Margreve. So this is the second night. Midday on the third day, just past midday on the third day, you should reach the outskirts.
Mist will take first watch.
Okay, all right. Bryza and Grixith can take second watch or third watch together, but for the second evening, who would like to take first watch with Mist?
Gillian can.
Okay. All right, Gillian and Mist. This is going to be fun.
Oh boy.
My concern levels just immediately shot up from that.
Let's see. Better bring something in with the transmogrifier. Give me a quick second.
While
Grab
you're
it
setting
from-
up, I would like to note that if anyone has eaten their apples, I would like the seeds, please, if there are any. So whenever you finish them, you can just give me the seeds, or, if you're feeling whatever, I will even just take the core and I will fetch the seeds myself. But I would like the apple seeds.
Good to know.
Ooh. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's super cool. Oh, we get a really cool narrative moment here. All right. Gonna be a lot of theater with the mind because I don't have this art commissioned fully yet. We're getting there. Let's see. Let's go over here. All right. So from Mist, and who was taken first watch with Mist again?
Gilly.
Gilly. Okay, so the two of you roll a d20 for me. Let's see when it happens.
9.
2.
Okay. Write that in there.
We probably failed whatever this says miserably.
Self checks. Okay. Passive perception of Gilly and Mist.
12.
11. The Gecko's passive perception is 10.
All right, fair enough. Advantage toggle, whisper toggle. All right, let's do. Keep these rolls a secret. 21, 15, 9, 14, 23. Okay, so. And I'm gonna get the other one here. Yeah. Okay. This is a heck of a stat sheet. Thing. You can hear a bit of rustling in the trees, both of you. Kind of just like a... As Bryza and Grixith, Catelyn, Estelle, and Nefrit are all asleep. You know you're approaching the Margreve, but you didn't necessarily expect something this soon in your travels. But there's definitely something, it sounds like a single creature, rustling up in the trees, maybe about 15 feet above you. Kind of rustling in the brush there.
All right. Can Mist roll perception, trying to get a general sense of how big this thing is?
Sure thing.
And because she's going to be using her ears, that's advantage.
Okay.
Come on, RNGesus, don't fail me now. 16.
Okay. Yeah, you can see sort of a small winged creature with sort of those, you know, like when you look at a cat or a dog in the middle of the night, you can see the eyes kind of glaring at you. It's kind of like that, but there's like the eyes are like crimson, right? Like bright red, and they're just kind of staring at you. And you can see the wings, kind of small creature.
All right,
Up
she's
in
gonna
the trees, like owl
like,
sized.
she's gonna subtly like elbow Gilly at the side or something to nod in his direction.
What are you looking at? Why did you hit me?
Do you not see the bright red eyes?
Kind of squint in that general direction. Do I
You-
see the bright red eyes?
You do, and then there's like a cloud of black smoke. It's just, and there's nothing there. Then after the cloud of black smoke dissipates, and then you can hear like a. Kind of from a different direction.
That's strange. I don't think I like that.
We've got company.
Hello?
You hear a different laugh now. That kind of just kind of like a more feminine laugh that has like this confidence and regality to it.
Are you the hot lady I saw back in Savosa? It's not nice to laugh at people.
Ooh, good question.
We've got to work on our group
It's gonna be-
eloquence,
that should
just like
be-
in general.
Oh no, you can hear like sort of footsteps behind you.
Can I
Gilly.
turn towards those footsteps?
Kind of just appearing from out of thin air almost. You can see a form kind of just in the shadows of the trees, just at the edge of your periphery. this feminine figure that seems to be covered from head to toe in gold bangles and necklaces and jewelry, and kind of comes down from the ears to the nose and has these beautiful gold earrings and this brilliant necklace and this sort of gold armor that is sort of stylized. It has in the center of the chest, it's like a crimson jewel. And she just kind of sinks back into the shadows a bit, and you can see her eyes just a little bit crimson as well.
Okay, we have way too many things with red eyes around.
And
I love your necklace.
she just says, "Thank you. May I have a word?"
If you come out where we can see you, yeah.
She just smiles and, "You're seeking to restore the Margreve."
Is that what we're doing? No one tells us things.
Whether or not you know it yet, that is the course that you have been set on. You are coming up against forces that are much more powerful than you can possibly imagine. There are things that are in motion that cannot be undone. There is a threat that now looms above this rock that floats amidst a sea of stars in the ethereal plane. It has now become a target for entities whose power you can only begin to claim to understand. You will know soon enough. But in the meantime, I have many interests, powerful individuals throughout the land, and individuals that may yet have potential. You five have caught my eye. Should you prove yourselves and prove my peers wrong, I think you're going to fail. But if you succeed, you may yet be worthy of becoming a recipient of the gift that I offer to those that are worthy. And you can see kind of appearing in the trees now from smoke that just kind of appear in clouds of smoke, just watching. These sort of fiendish looking figures with wings that just appear in the trees.
I'm sorry, I just saw Twitch chat.
Are those your
It's Meryl
friends?
Streep. Amazing.
I'm sorry not to distract.
They are my servants. They do my bidding. Lesser beings who were not worthy of ascension. Those who chose not to serve the whims of an obscure deity grasping for relevance once more. As I did during the Second Infernal Crusade, I once again offer an alternate path. A blood tide that sweeps across this land, and the gift of immortal life. Of eternity. It could be something for you to consider in the future, but for now, you'll have to prove yourselves to me. They simply wanted an introduction, and the potential for a second meeting.
Can Miss do a history check? Because that feels like something she might have knowledge of through the
Go
stories.
ahead.
Shit, I forgot to turn off the advantage. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. 7, you're kind of drawing a blank, the two of you, is kind of like this lady in the woods, and she just says, should you ever choose, should you become worthy, and should you ever desire to gain a gift of power beyond your wildest imagination and reckoning. I am one of the only people who cares for this planet itself. Because your Aeroth Tikal, your Dragon Keepers, have meddled in forces that they do not understand.
Of course they did.
Gillian is just like slowly glazing over and just like losing track of everything that she's saying. Does she look familiar? Is she the person we saw in Savosa?
No, this is a different person.
Right, different person. Great.
All right, so what was the context again for us seeing someone in Savosa? Because I don't think you've met her yet.
It was one of the when we were doing a watch, I saw somebody at like the fountain, and I was like, "You're very pretty."
Oh no, yeah, this is a completely different person.
Excellent. So,
But speaking of that person, go ahead, Gilly.
yeah, this person is talking, and Gillian is just like, the bigger the words get, the less focused Gillian gets, and it's already late, and she's just kind of like, "That's so nice." It's that Southern goodbye thing where it's like, "That's great. Yeah, absolutely, that." Just smile and nod.
She just... My time is up anyway. It seems as if you too have gained the eye of someone equally as powerful, but do not be tempted by simple parlor tricks and the promise of hidden knowledge. The only thing that matters...
Isn't that basically what you're promising?
Do you know parlor tricks? Oh my gosh, this one time I saw these people at this party, and it was great. See, they pulled this card from out behind their ear, and it was my card. I don't remember the trick.
Gilly,
exactly,
I can
but
do
it was
that.
Wild. No.
She just... Time's up.
Okay,
Remember
bye.
the name Zotzilaha.
How do you spell that?
And invoke it if you're ever in need. She just kind of, you can see she's still hard to make out in the shadow. She just kind of like waves her fingers, and the imps just kind of, and those clouds of smoke kind of disappear back into the trees and the tree line. You didn't attack them, so that's good. And they just kind of...
I feel like if we'd been attacked, we would have gotten murdered horribly.
As they disappear into shadow, that same woman, as she does the sort of finger wave, just kind of, until we meet again. And sort of in the distance behind her, in sort of like a glade standing atop a rock, you can see that same woman, Gilly, that you saw at the fountain.
Hi!
About sort of 60 feet behind that woman as she kind of just disappears into a cloud. And you can see again, she has, let me look at my reference. Again, you can see her a lot clearer now. She's in the moon, though it wasn't full, it appears to be full now. And you kind of just, both of you rub your eyes and you can see, I think it's about maybe 70 feet, 80 feet back from y'all. There is sort of like this patch of woods that you had sort of set up camp in, and just at the edge of the tree line, again, you see this woman with like, it's almost like a dark blue sort of flowing cloak that kind of has those long sort of sleeves. I forget what that style is called, but the sleeves have like wings on them almost. And then also she has a cape behind her and sort of long strawberry blonde hair, and sort of like these sort of tattoos that just come down from her eyes here, and sort of a pointed brimmed hat, and it's kind of coming down at an angle, so you can just see one of her eyes. She smiles and just touches the brim and lowers it a little bit, and then also just kind of, you kind of squint and rub your eyes, and there's like this sort of thick cloud of steam, and she just kind of just does a little sort of flick of her fingers, and in that moment you see an owl kind of flutter out from that cloud of steam and smoke and just kind of fly away. You do a little clap.
Gillian's very amused.
And that is 1, 2, 3, back to back. The Two of Wands, sort of clarity, mysticism, purpose, the witch. So, imps. So Tilaha. You know who it is.
No parlor tricks.
Yes.
That's a
Cool.
thumbs down.
All right. Other than that, you didn't attack the imps. You didn't attack the woman with the crimson eyes lurking in the shadows, promising you immortality and eternal life. And with the Two of Wands, someone also who you have complimented and paid respect to, Gillian, has come to sort of shoo away whatever evil presence was kind of lurking in the shadows. Other than that, the rest of the evening passes without incident. The rest of your watches are uneventful. And it is... who would be second watch, just out of curiosity? Okay.
Whoever it
Nefrit
is getting briefed.
and Catelyn or Estelle?
I can join.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what would you report to Catelyn and Nefrit as it gets to just past midnight?
Oh, we're telling them just like all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be
communicating.
nice.
There were imps.
Just once for us to be able to just sleep and not have weird things happen.
But I saw that lady again. She seems very nice. Next, I'm gonna try and say hi. Or, I mean, I've been saying hi, but she hasn't really said hi back. She doesn't seem that chatty, but we're gonna work on it, okay? Sometimes friendships are slow to build, but I feel like we're gonna
Yeah.
get there.
No, I believe in you. I know what's gonna happen.
Thanks. I'm manifesting.
Well, Catelyn, what does Catelyn think of all this?
She's just sitting there eating some candy,
Going in.
confused as to
yeah.
how this could be happening. And I think she gets a bit unnerved thinking about like the Hollow Man potentially.
Yeah.
So she does not want visits from the folks who visit us the night before. Not a fan. So she's just gonna eat candy and stay quiet.
Okay. Fair enough. And Estelle, Bryza, and Grixis will take the third watch, so you can sleep through the evening. You wake up more refreshed than anybody on account of that. So you get a full night's sleep because they offer to take the third one without interruption. So very refreshed. Everyone else is probably a little groggy, but you're ready to go. All right, and third day of travel, as you're looking at about 75 miles to cover for the total 75 to 80 miles from Castle Ventryth, but you're making excellent time. A couple days you got up to 30 miles, kind of pushing through a couple hours after dawn. Bryza and Grixis would kind of push you a little bit because you got a little bit of a delayed start. They want to arrive by like between 2 and 4 in the evening on the third day, which you are making excellent time to do so. Okay. Book. Sorry, I just gotta find the right description and page. Here it is. Very specific quote I'm looking for. Oh, got it. Aha, okay. And making good time. getting to the just past noon on the third day, having shared stew with Bryza and Grixith on the first the first 3 nights of your travel, as part of their pre-planned expenses. Just past midday, you can see a tree line to the west, and as planned, right about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, probably closer to 3:30. You begin to approach closer and closer. The tree line to the east, the north and northeast, is beautiful, lush, verdant, deciduous and pine sort of blending together. Normal, healthy forest. But as you approach closer and closer to the Margreve itself, you can see looming up before you as you approach closer and closer. Yeah. Margreve ambiance, let's go. Tall, old, intimidating, gnarled trees, unnatural in their appearance, but somehow right and wrong at the same time, seemingly moving, breathing. Or is it a trick of the eye, the wind, or the heat of the warm spring day? The trees themselves, as you approach, seem to pulse and breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Or is it the pollen or the sprites that fall visibly from the treetops that sprinkle down on top of you? Like a thin snow, like a thinly veiled snowfall, the first of the winter. The trees are dark green and reddish brown in places, melding together different shades of that red oak and cedar and dark green and brown wood that seems to cover the trees like thick plates of armor. The trees are old and hollow in places. Many are covered in shimmering gossamer webs that twist and turn upon each other like the gnarled fingers of a hag reaching out to grasp at you as you approach the forest's edge. You look again, and the trees have seemingly changed position. Every time you blink, the trees themselves seem to move ever so slightly, in an unsettlingly different position than they were when you had closed your eyes. The thought of sleep in a place like this begins to send a chill of terror down your spine. The old, gnarled trees, wizened with age, seemingly leaning forward to greet you as you approach, as if an intimidating, towering sentinel issuing one last warning to beware. That feeling of dread kind of creeps up slowly in all of you once more. There is a silence and a roar simultaneously emerging from the Old Margreve itself. It is impossible to describe the feeling, the intense feeling of largesse and fear and foreboding that looms in the boughs of this old, ancient forest. There, full of malice and hate and aggression the trees seemingly speaking to something primal deep within you. This sense of danger, everything inside of you is telling you to run in the opposite direction. But you push on. Bryza and Grixith steel themselves. Grixith looks over to you and says, "It can be a little intimidating the first time. Just be on your guard. Be respectful as you can, and try not to touch anything. The forest has a mind of its own." And Bryza says, "It's more than that. The hills rise wild, and there are valleys with deep woods that no axe has ever cut. There are dark, narrow glens where the trees slope fantastically, and where thin brooklets trickle without ever having caught the glint of sunlight. The old folk have gone away, and foreigners do not like to live there. The place is not good for imagination, and certainly does not bring restful dreams at night."
Doesn't want us here.
The forest creaks and groans as you approach the old edge of the western path. And I'm going to give you a cart and some oxen.
Ooh,
Yeah, I love this map.
it's a very cool map.
Yeah, it is, and I also feel like we're about to get ambushed by something.
Be fine.
I'm so excited to actually be here, y'all. This is so
We
cool.
made it. Chat said we wouldn't
You
make it to
made
the
it.
Old Margreve, and look, we did.
Look, we all know what the woods have to do to foil this group. Give us a decently difficult math problem.
Yeah.
Grixith starts to kind of like mutter under their breath. And Bryza says, sort of like it's good luck to sing the song. And as you can see and hear in their voice how unsettled they are at being here. And they say, "Old Mikhail, a family man, took the Old Margreve's trees. So the Old Margreve took his family and brought him to his knees. Old Mikhail, a vengeful man, embraced his axe and pain. As it had his heart, he vowed to cut the Margreve in twain." And they just kind of gulp. Let me get you a
It's
cart.
good luck to sing this song.
Bryza just...
Gillian takes out her flute and starts fiddling and figuring out the tune and committing it to memory.
Okay, performance check.
Alright, dice don't fail me now. $18.
Ooh. Make a persuasion check for me.
Is this a time where I could use that advantage on a charisma check I had from last round
Yes.
with the rose quartz? Yeah, we're gonna do that. 11.
Okay.
Excellent.
By the way, let's go ahead and roll that d6 now. Estelle, roll a d6 for me. Add your modifier. Yeah, your
okay.
charisma
Oh
modifier.
no.
Okay. I'll just do that manually. 6.
Okay. That's not bad.
What does that mean?
It means it could be worse.
Okay.
I gotta
But it
find
means
an
it could be
oxen.
better.
Oh, is there not an oxen? Buy an ox. Come on. Well,
Oof.
We call one of the oxes Steve.
there's an ox here. I'll get an ox token. Actually, you know, there might be one in the
She wants to name it Steve, though.
Can we call it Steve?
the chat. What is the oxen's name?
Fine!
Come on, chat. Come on. You know the right answer.
I know
I'm
there's an
eyeing
oxen
all of
here
you.
somewhere.
Charlie, apparently.
Oh,
Incorrect.
Charlie.
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, is there not enough? Oh, I was
Are
looking in the
there
wrong
2
place.
oxen?
There is just one.
It's in up here where you least expect them. It's always in the last place you look.
The compendium.
Or because you stop looking for them after you find them.
Wow. How is there not an oxen? I could have sworn there was an oxen. Let me look up cart and see. No.
Or an ox, singular.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about the compendium is that it's not going to okay, maybe if I go to ox, it's beast. I really don't want to buy the art pack. See if there's a cart. Maybe if I just do ox drawn, maybe something will come up here in the web. Oh, maybe ox cart. Oh, I got something. I found one.
Where was it?
Ox cart. Not the greatest looking ox, but it'll do for now.
I love him.
Okay.
This is very good.
Excellent ox.
All
No,
right.
He's adorable. Don't change
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
He kind of looks like Appa from this angle.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Charlie. All right. So you have
Probably the orphan, apparently.
yes. You have your ox-drawn cart. You have arrived at the outskirts of the Margreve. You take a deep breath and steel yourselves as you prepare to enter the forest. What are y'all doing before you? Everyone seems to kind of be stalled outside. You can see sort of signs with X's that have been posted at the edge of the forest, as well as an old wooden fence post that seems to have been shattered and broken, scattered aside, still pieces of wood littering the trail, and 3 signs that said, that all say in different languages, turn back.
Those signs would probably be more intimidating if this group could read.
There's
That's
other
why can't stop me because I can't read.
there's other
Yes, that Arthur reference. Thank you.
Yes.
Chris, for always
I
know.
got you. Every episode, there has to be one.
there's other signs that say sort of necessary travel only, trade travel only, danger.
Well, I guess
Oh.
we technically fit under trade travel.
And necessary travel. We have to save the
Mhm, mhm.
forest.
How we're going to do that and what we're saving it from, we'll just sort those details out later.
We're saving it
Yeah.
from the sickness. We have to get the spear. I told you, my dream. I had a dream where I went to space and I was told that we have to get a spear and the spear's going to save the forest. We went over this.
how many drugs did you take before you had that stream, by the way?
Hey, this is the same night that Uncle Reggie left a note in someone's nose. So
My
you
nose.
know, yes, really. And I'm not the only one who had a space dream. We have to save the forest. This is a necessary thing. And with that, Nefrit is going to go just to the edge of the forest and take one of the apple seeds that she's managed to collect, and she's gonna, use her fingers and dig sort of like a decent sized hole, put a seed into the hole, cover it back up, and just pour just a little bit of water out of her water skin in it. And she's gonna say just, I guess, a druid prayer, for lack of a better phrasing, to sort of help it grow. And I'll be back to check on you soon.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. Ooh. That's nice.
Okay.
18.
All right.
Nice.
Interesting. Oh, you're doing great. Estelle is at... Okay. Not great, not terrible.
Okay.
All right. How would you like to proceed after that? Anybody else doing anything on the outskirts as you're all kind of like lingering outside of the forest edge here?
I'm continuing to play my funky little tune.
Okay. All right. Ryza and Grixis just kind of like, well, no time like the present. Guess we should keep moving.
Like I said, it doesn't want us here.
Doesn't want anyone here. Wants to keep everyone out. Keep everyone at bay.
Well, that's because it doesn't feel good. I mean, I don't feel good. I don't really want people around me either.
I cannot deny that there is a sickness that seems to have fallen over the Margrave as of late. Perhaps all of you... Seems like, just from listening in on your conversations. Pardon my ears, we're traveling together.
No, that's fine. As
Just-
a matter of fact, the more people who know, the better. Maybe someone will be able to guide us.
One can only hope that the trade routes become easier for us. Gillian, are you doing anything outside the forest before you all enter?
Nope, just playing my flute, and then
Okay,
once we
alright.
sort of begin to make progress, we'll just hold the flute in there for Uncle Reggie.
Miss?
Uncle Reggie.
She's just trying to parse the feeling of, because she kind of feels something else under the general urge of the general aura of fuck off this force is giving, but she can't quite place it.
Okay. Alright. Kathleen and Estelle, y'all doing anything on the outskirts of the forest before you enter? Or are you just kind of like taking it all in?
Trying not to panic, trying to stay cool and level-headed for someone who doesn't go out much.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on everybody else, making sure we all stick together. It's the last thing we want. It's for anyone to get separated in here.
All right. Ryza and Grixith kind of get back in the cart, and you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna get my phone so I can actually get this, because this oxen is driving me nuts. I hate how it looks.
Oh,
Oh no, she hates Charlie.
no, Charlie. But we have to go to Candy Mountain.
Sorry.
Candy Mountain is
It's just so silly looking. It's driving me crazy.
It's
Little
wonderful.
guy.
It looks
So
like
it fits the campaign perfectly then.
I feel like he
Little
fits
dude.
the vibe.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's just a little guy.
We're okay. You're okay, Charlie. It's not your fault that that she hates you.
all right.
There, Charlie. It'll be over quickly.
No, just look at the rabbits.
Sorry, Charlie. It's just not fitting. I mean, y'all are the comic relief. The Margreve is supposed to be like a. All right.
And he's part of the party. He fits right in.
What's funny is that I know y'all are not gonna like the new one as much. But...
Aww.
I mean, nothing beats Charlie. Look at him.
Yeah, look at him.
Hashtag save Charlie.
Yeah.
That's what our
hashtag save
campaign
Charlie.
launches now. Hashtag save Charlie. Somebody get on the t-shirts.
For 10 signatures, we'll keep Charlie.
Somebody start the
Spread the
change.org
word.
petition.
Yeah.
See that? No, he's an objectively worse dude.
Yeah, that is objectively worse.
Kind of looks like a cow more than an oxen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weird
that's
cow,
why I
not Nox.
Charlie looks like a plushie.
I love him. He can't help it.
give us our weapons, Ox back.
Yeah, because this looks like the new one looks like great value, Charlie.
R.I.P. We did. None of us got a picture before he was deleted. We have nothing left of him.
The first truly tragic death of the campaign. Charlie.
The loss of Charlie.
Well, this can
This
be
is Chuck.
yeah.
An
This
objectively
is
less
Chuck.
good Charlie.
Okay. All right. Charlie is now Chuck. All right. There we go.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring Charlie back at some point. Maybe if I... well, there's I don't know why there's two different ones. Hang on, I'll put them back on the map.
So he's so
Beautiful.
It
This is gonna be hilarious for the. This is gonna be great on the VOD.
I love him. He's cute, and I just
Yeah, look at that rompus.
right.
Big and
Ridiculously
thick.
sized costume.
Y'all are hilarious. I love this.
I
Really
love
funny.
that we're having this very tense music in the background of
Yeah.
us just like
Very on brand.
A pixelated ox.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes. R.I.P. Charlie. He will return. I can promise you, Charlie will return at some point. I'm just gonna move these off to the side here.
Charlie's gonna be the ultimate big bad of the campaign now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Somehow Charlie returns.
As you begin to traverse into the Margreve with the oxen, it's strange, the sensation of entering this Margreve. You almost immediately feel fatigued, like exhaustion has set in, like a bad hangover. This thickness seems to hang in the air. The very canopy itself seems to move and arc over itself, seemingly blotting out the sun, giving a sense of near darkness. Only occasional bits of light streak through the canopy as Chuck and Bryza and Brixith make their way into the forest through the old path. Now, I would like someone to please roll a D12 for me.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you, Corndogg.
I did it. It's a 4.
Okay. Perfect. That will be next session.
Oops. I accidentally drew a pink line when I was trying to move my token.
That is okay.
I don't know how to delete things.
If you use the arrow selector and then click on it and then just hit the delete key, it'll go away.
I did it.
Everyone except Estelle roll a D12.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's not worrying at all. What do you mean?
6.
Okay.
Also, I accidentally deleted
4.
myself because I'm a silly goose and I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
You should be able to drag yourself from the character list. Just back onto the map.
Do that.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure y'all are the one that are gonna have the problem. It's not me, the single person who didn't have to roll this D12.
Gilly,
Yeah.
as you are walking along, the ground itself seems even and walkable. It's almost no difference. You can see the roots and the stumps seem to kind of be positioned at a spot where you're kind of where you're walking, you're just kind of perfectly stepping over each of these branches and gnarled roots with minimal effort. Everywhere you step, it seems to be just a sort of like a perfect even terrain. You're just kind of happily strolling along.
Thanks, Magic Forest.
Catelyn, the canopy seems to kind of open and sort of shine on you, giving you it's like just a little bit of warmth from the light above. And then sort of a cool breeze kind of starts to kind of blow in from the west, and you can feel it in your hair and on your face. It's very refreshing. Mist, you also kind of feel that same cool breeze, and at first it's a little beautiful, if not for the eerie, intimidating surroundings. And Nefrit, you kind of get the sense that you're being watched, but you kind of look around on the tree line and you can see squirrels and chipmunks and birds perched on the trees that all seem to kind of like be following you as you walk. It's a little disconcerting, but kind of just take it off. Continue on. Estelle, can you roll another d12 for me?
And that's a 4.
Can you make a as you're walking, you can see everyone kind of like masterfully stepping around. Oh, oh yeah, I'm sorry. What happened to? Oh, okay. Athlon appeared and disappeared.
Ignore me. I figured it out. I was trying to drag my
Okay.
picture
Oh,
and
no
not
worries.
my name.
As you're kind of walking
Roll
through,
20's kind of jank.
yeah, as you're kind of like walking through the forest, you can see Estelle. Everyone else is kind of like very easily stepping through at least this first entryway here. And as you're moving, Estelle, you're having a really hard time. The forest, everywhere you step, these brambles just seem to kind of fall in front of you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh boy. I'm allegedly good at these. We're gonna see how that actually goes. 25!
Yeah.
Let's go!
You're able to just kind of like brush them away and use your blades and your leather armor to just, and the rest of y'all can see Estelle is having a hell of a time just kind of like brushing these things to the side. But Catelyn and Mist is kind of enjoying the breeze, and Nefrit kind of looking around at the trees. Gillian kind of striding along. But then you all kind of come to a section in the path, and there is just silence. And you kind of stop to look around you, and you turn behind you from whence you came. And the path that you had arrived on is no longer behind you. It's in front of you, but the forest seems to have closed in on itself behind you, sealing off your entry and exit the forest itself. There is just a thick line of trees and silence, and the sound of a howling breeze. Shrink y'all down. We don't need dynamic lighting. Oh, actually, yeah, we can do. It's a cool effect. There is just this unearthly howl. Kind of on the wind, and the trees creak and groan. That pierces the silence. And then that canopy that had opened slowly starts to close. Darkness falls across the forest floor once more, and you can see that effect of the trees almost kind of shifting and moving, breathing. It is so unsettling. And Bryza and Grixis just kind of... Okay, move on. Must continue.
This is normal?
Unfortunately. And they just kind of tap Chuck on the butt, kind of... And Chuck kind of nervously
How
moves
far
forward.
into the forest had we come? Is there any way to tell that?
You make a survival check.
Not great at these. Not great at these. That is
As you
7.
kind of look behind you and you try to follow the path, and as your eyes kind of traverse from the path itself up into the trees almost start to kind of, it's almost as if you get dizzy and your world starts to kind of tilt around, like, and you hear this creaking, like, and sort of the path that was there and the tree line starts to kind of, your vision almost zooms out and starts to distort as you try to find the path that you were just on that leads back out from the Margreve. You have to shake yourself out of it. As you can see, Bryza and Grixith are already continuing on forward down the path. The only clear path that you can see leading in 3 directions, they take the one forward.
Fine, be cranky.
And as the howling, creaking, breathing, twisting, writhing, old, spiteful forest moves and bends around you, the canopy getting darker and darker as you push through the evening. The groans and creaks and distant howls of forest creatures piercing your ears in the distance. And that sense of dread creeps up your spine once more. The forest is watching you, listening to you, following you. All eyes of birds and beast and plant and leaf seem to heave with breath, matching yours and following you as your footsteps reverberate like a second heartbeat in the back of your mind. And as you push forward into the darkness, and you can hear your own heartbeat echoed by that of another, and that distant breath of the forest around you, ever looming in, ever closing in, the branches of the forest seemingly reaching to grab you. You can feel it on the back of your hair and on the back of your neck. But when you turn, the branches are where they should be, though the briars close in and twist around you. And as you steel yourselves for the journey ahead, take a deep breath and prepare to enter the Old Margreve proper. Let's go ahead and properly end the session there for the evening.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
I love role-playing this forest so much. I didn't think I was going to have this much fun, but just having that aspect of the forest breathing and following you, and all the birds just tracking you at the same time, all tilting their heads, and the squirrels also kind of slowly following you. It's so cool. Whew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whew, shake it out. Look at these wonderful nerds. Hey, Hoop, how are you? I'm assuming that's Hooper. Lost Caravan. Hi, awesome. All right, so yeah, let's go around the table, and we're on the overland map of the Margreve, and let everyone know what you got going on between now and 2 Tuesdays from now. Wow, that was really cool. I love this forest. Heck, what you got going on?
All right, we're going in backwards order this time. Okay,
Yep.
Hi everyone, it's me, SOURCEBOOKS, and tonight I played Cyrodiil Havenshade, the completely normal human rogue. There's nothing going on, I swear. You can find me on all the social medias at SOURCEBOOKS, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander just a whole lot. If you like seeing both my face and Corndogg's face on the same overlay, you can catch us this Thursday over on Dat Magic Juice's channel in All Hail the Queen. It's a Tyranny of Dragons campaign, and we have indeed found another dragon. So we're gonna see how that goes. Other than that, you can catch me on Neon Lights Roleplay a whole lot, including next Tuesday for Gelgalim, our Rogue 2E Yiddish Fantasy, on Friday the 26th for Cold Hands Warm Hearts, a Rime of Frostmaiden campaign, as well as Monday the 29th for the next episode of Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We just, I think we're about to finish a major milestone before leaving the city of Mitro, so it's gonna be very cool. We're gonna maybe find the boat to actually go on our odyssey, which is gonna be very cool.
Find the plot, find the boat.
Yes,
Or find the boat, find the plot.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, lots of stuff in the works. Keep an eye out because I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of stuff for Pride Month, and it's coming up real soon. But that's it for me.
Hell yeah. All right. And Hex links are in the Nightbot there. And yeah, please go check them out. That seems like a lot of cool stuff. And Corndogg, what you got going on?
Hello. As Heck mentioned, 2 nights from now, I'll be over on That Magic Juice's channel. Chasing a dragon, finding a dragon, letting the dragon fly away. We don't really know yet.
No idea.
Otherwise, you can catch me again here in 2 weeks. And you can catch me at the UK Games Expo in just over 2 weeks if you happen to be there. Be there.
Awesome. And yes, please go check out Lost Caravan RPG if you're not already following them. What are you doing? Go ahead and click on over and give them a follow. Allie, what you got going on? And also thank you, Corndogg.
Hello. So if you like seeing me play Dungeons and Dragons, that's unfortunate because you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks because this is the only place I do that. However, if you want to see my face doing other things, I do play games 3 times a week, or 2 times a week, on my channel, usually Triumphant. We do variety streaming with me and my best friend / roommate Ginny, co-stream there. I actually stream there tomorrow night. I'm currently playing Dead Space by myself in the dark. Very frightening. Please don't make me play by myself and come and keep me company. Yeah, we do that Wednesdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and then, yeah, that's what I'm up to.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Allie. And Garnet.
Hey y'all, I'm Garnet. I've been playing Nefrit, the Earth Genasi Sorcerer Druid. I will be here on Saturday in a different fancy wig, playing Amina in Heaven's Fire. Other than that, I have recently discovered Sims, and no one should have ever let me play that game because I forget what time it is now. Otherwise, I'm on Twitter when I'm not getting in trouble. I tend to make Elon Musk very angry.
Good.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Beat me to it.
when I encourage, you know, the potential non-consensual fist touching of other humans who say bad things about trans people. So yeah, that was the recent thing I got in trouble for. But when I'm not getting in trouble, I am talking about the writer's strike because that's super important to me as a filmmaker. Yeah, otherwise I am either playing Sims or Cult of the Lamb or watching some random anime with a bunch of weird people. So I'm usually on either Twitter or Discord or staring at other people's amazingly adorable babies on Instagram. Please, thank you. Continue doing this. Your children bring me joy.
It sounds like you're getting in trouble with the right people. That is the good news. Well, thank you, Garnet. And yeah, if you have a chance to go out and strike, if you're in that the LA area, or if you're in New York or other places that are striking, I don't know if they're having strikes in New York.
I did see there's one woman in Atlanta who's striking at WB. Please go join her. She's currently been out there for like 3 or 4 days just on her own. I'm sure she could use some company. I would love to join her, but Atlanta is very far from me right now. There's also people striking in Chicago, and when I go home, I will be joining them. If there are studios in your towns nearby and you can take the time, go. We love snacks. Writers love to eat.
Yeah.
Please bring us snacks or at least water. It's getting hot. And if you want your shows back, it's super important because right now you got Dancing with the Stars in 2020.
Everybody in the TTRPG sphere loves snacks. See Brennan Lee Mulligan to almonds. If you haven't seen it, just Google it. Because I feel that on a deep level. I need a back grate with that is a salami port, please. Yesterday. All right, Val, what you got going on?
I might do this is the only TTRPG stream I'm in, but you can either usually find me possibly shitposting on Twitter or just find me on Discord. I might do a stream on Sunday of something, don't know what yet. Most definitely one on Tuesday, and another one on Thursday. But other than that, I'm pretty freeform. As in, I have no idea what... as in, plans and I don't get along well, so I make shit up on the fly.
Me too. I forgot to write block text for tonight, so thank y'all for bearing with my descriptions that had a lot of long pauses in them, because I did all of that off the top of my head. So thank y'all.
Welcome.
I'm a little sad that I didn't get to do my narrative thing with block text. I was like, oh, that's what I forgot, block text. But the other stuff I was happy with, so thank y'all for that. And yeah, you can catch us back here on Saturday for Heaven's Fire. I'm still undecided on a Thursday, on our Thursday variety night. It's kind of like it's been every other Thursday with Mystics from Ali's server from Usually Triumphant. If not this week, we'll
fine.
certainly
We don't give her enough attention,
yeah.
so she's run away.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, I like, yeah, she is. I like the setup because it's like it's kind of like a meeting of the minds of our two servers, and it's like a little crossover action. And it's fun. It's fun. She makes it so that I don't step into bear traps. Otherwise, I would literally step into every single one. But if not this Thursday, then next Thursday, and of course you can catch us back here with myself and Garnet for Heaven's Fire, and the woman that you saw at the blacksmith, that whole crew, they just showed up in the Heaven's Fire campaign to, as Harmony said in our chat, she's like, why do I feel like, because I was giving all these gift hints, she's like, why do I feel like my sister is gonna come and just kick all of our teeth in? Her sister has been training hard. These are dangerous femmes. And they were out for a little bit of to prove a point, let's say. So they just showed up in Heaven's Fire, and that's a lot of fun. I love doing crossover stuff like this. They were able to negotiate, surprisingly, but now they are constantly tracking y'all, which is kind of what they wanted in the first place. So that party is going to be following the Heaven's Fire group around. So yeah, you can tune in for that. And also they just leveled up to level 4. So join us for some R&R, some rest, and on to the next leg of the journey as they sort of progress forward. So you can catch us here on Saturday at 9:15. Very excited for Heaven's Fire, our long-running anchor campaign. And with that, we're going to go raid our friends over at Dork Tales. And yeah, everybody else is kind of logged off, so we'll do that. And that's all the announcement I have. And until next time, be queer, do crime, piss off Elon Musk.
Hey, I'll see you Friday, Aaron.
Yep, and Friday for our Patreon game.
Yeah.
Not streamed, but we have a lot of fun. All right, good night, everybody, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye.
Bye.